listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Outside the Box. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, and you know the routine, right? Anyway, what interesting last 24 hours. Oh, it's gone. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm not talking about what happened last night. That was just. Hey, listen, guys. And I'll do a nice little hello to the Ontario Provincial Police. Guys, I'm telling you, you were not going to get a legal identification out of me. You see, because I understand the spiritual nature of things. You don't. Okay, your masters haven't told you this. And that's probably why you were scratching your head wondering why you were ordered to stand down and take off and leave me the fuck alone. Because that's how it works in the real world, not the fictional one you live in. Okay, and I'm doing my best to educate all. That includes you. Because you are killing your own soul. If that is your wish, then that which you wish upon others, you wish upon yourself. That's not what I'd be wishing for. You've got a lot of truth there. You got a lot of scratching your heads. I know. I saw the puzzled looks. I can only imagine what was being talked about, but I already know, so I don't need to imagine. It's a standard protocol, standard issue stuff. That's what happens with predictability. The minute you become predictable, you become controllable. The minute you become controllable, you become a slave, right? So it is my wish for you to see this, to realize the harm that you are not only doing to yourselves spiritually at a very, very deep level, but the harm you're doing to your own families, your children, all of your loved ones, your neighbors. And for what? Little treats because you can go out and chase cars down? Because you can go up and ask someone for identify. Well, I'll tell you what identify means. Id. You might be familiar with Freud's work. You might pronounce it Freud. I call it what it is. The id and the ego is the psychological aspects, the ego being the emotions, the id being the body. And everything in this world is dead. I don't know about you, but the last time I was at a funeral, the body that was in the casket didn't seem to have much life in it, and that's because life had left it. That's why I live in me. I'm all names, all things. And not one bit of it's going to be a lie of the gull, okay? I don't swallow. Gull means to, like gullet, you'll swallow anything. And lie, you might pronounce it Lee. I can pronounce it any way I want because I speak fluent Phoenician. And that's not a word at any court. The ones that work for you. It doesn't work the other way around. That's the illusion. The courts work for the police, not the other way around. Right. There's a handful of people in both parties, courts and cops, that make sure that all of you beautiful beings that are out just thinking you're doing your job are literally damning your souls and spirits into another round of this until you figure it out for yourself. That would not be my wish for you. My wish for you would to see the true bliss that you can have. That being said, it was rather interesting. For anyone that would be interested, grab the snippet of the little interaction last night from the show. If anybody has any doubts as to how powerful the identification of anybody is, if you do not know who you are game. That's the G hex aim, and the sights will be squared on your forehead the minute that not only hand over any ID, but offer up a name that can be assumed to be identification. I give no one anything. Give, hex, there's the G. I have, the hex I have. That's what happens when you give your name. It's the hex you have that you're handing over to be hexed with. It all shows up in the Phoenician. And I would advise you guys to spend a little time on kateofgaia.wordpress.com website. Do a little reading. I've spent a lot of time. This truth has only cost me everything. And last night, that was the same routine over and over again. I'm bored. It's a boring game. It's very simple. If you want to see it for yourself, I'm sure you're probably familiar with a Highway Traffic Act. That's what an axe, all the acts are about, to cut you to pieces. Yeah, you might spell it ACTS, but it certainly sounds like something you would chop a turkey's head off with. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with acts. And only acts. Check up 33.1, 33.2, and 33.3 of your fictional code. And you will see that on the third part, all that is required is for someone to give you a name. And that you will never get from me. And as far as the dead plates that are on it, well, take the P out and put the proper R sound in, because P is a mirror of the Greek letter rho, which means spirit breath or intent, and plates becomes relates. That's why it's expired. It's a dead relative, and besides, they're not even mine anyway. The car was given to me. And in kind, I handed back the necessary VINs, because that's the only thing the Crown owns, which I thought was rather humorous to send out a tow truck. The only thing you can tow are the plates. It's an awful lot of truck for a couple of pieces of metal. But let me show you the service that I'm providing for you, because I'm not one of those idiot free men on the land or sovereign citizen types, you see, the gimme fighters. Because I know your whole legal system is fraud. It's pointless and designed to control, maim, destroy, and steal. And the evidence of a tow truck showing up is absolute proof of that. That's all you're interested in doing, is stealing. And when you do that, you're actually creating more harm against yourself and your soul. And you might think it's just doing your job, but I'll tell you exactly what it is, if you're willing to hear it. And if not, well, that's your choice. And I'm all about free will choice. And I will give choice all the time, without question, without reserve. My free will choice is to do no harm and help humanity as best I can in my little role here to awaken. That includes all. I have no enemies. You want to be an enemy of me, that's your call, not mine. It's not my choice. So keep that in mind. What I'm doing in terms of a service is not freaking out all the everyday people that would interfere with your ability to rape and pillage. That's your job. That's what you do. And I'm not going to interfere with that. That's your game. It's not mine. I chose another road. I chose one of freedom for all. And if that's not cool with you, that's not cool with you. But I wish you no harm. That's the irony of this whole walk that I've been taking. So that being said, many other things too. The simple truth is, you cannot do a thing. And you know this. This is why it was drilled into you so much at Police Academy. You cannot do anything until you can create some sort of fictional joinder with a fictional legal system. That's why you were told to stand down, because without that, you don't have anything. But I'll tell you, I play at a slightly different level, because your masters know the level I'm playing at, and it's certainly not in the physical paper world, the illusional, fictional, somehow a piece of paper can talk. Well, it certainly can if you agree to it, and that you'll buy into the symbols and the shapes that are contained on that page, blindly as indoctrinated through the grammar schooling systems. That's the nature of this game. They will have you convinced that a word can only be pronounced this way, and it only means this. And the truth is, there are many sounds contained within every word. And I can turn any word you've got backwards upon itself. That's what it means to be Phoenician. Phoenician is of the purple people. You guys are still fighting in the conflict of the red and the blue. Back and forth, you might see it represented on the tops of your police cars. That means you have conflict. What color do you get when you finally get rid of that conflict? You put the red and the blue together and you get purple. And that's where I live. So just a little word to the wise on that. You can play whatever game you feel you want to, but it's a fool's errand. I'm in this game for humanity to the death. What are you willing to put on the table? You're selling enough of your soul, so that's entirely up to you. What are you willing to do to make sure that your family and friends have a future worth living, instead of serving those that are trying to control humanity and the mind of humanity? Not my game. I also thought it was rather interesting this morning when I went back to grab a morning coffee, and of course, same unmarked car, same two guys. Pulled into the parking lot behind me again while I was working on an essay. Of course, I shake my head and go, when are these guys going to learn? When are they going to figure it out? And of course, one had to get out and go in to ask what the young lady working in there to try to get some form of legal id on me. You will never get that. All spiritual contracts with any individual on this planet are fully broken. And while that might sound like a little bit of hocus pocus to you, it's because you don't understand the game you're playing. You're still stuck at a very, very low entry level. And that's not a judgment, that's an observation, because I was there once myself. And I don't know about you. But if I was at one point and never learned and kept going circular, that wouldn't make me very bright now, would it? So it's time to lighten up a little bit here. Because I know in the 2 to 3 minutes that whatever individual that was that went in there came out fruitless based on the look on his face as they both drove away again. And you can turn on your flashy red lights behind me. I'll tell you something. It's not about following orders with me. It's about, somebody has an emergency. And I don't care who's behind me, whether they're flashing or headlights or whatever. I'm always courteous. Someone's obviously in a bigger hurry than me, because I just coast. I'm not in any hurry at all. I'll get to where I need to be exactly when I need to be there, and it's always a guarantee to get exactly where I need to be. I just simply accept that. So you can play whatever games you want. You're not going to win it, because you're playing in a physical meat-stick paradigm that you were fully unaware of. You were caught in Kansas, and this is Oz. You're walking around thinking things are just what they are, and they're not. They're certainly not even remotely close to what you think they are. It's my wish to open as many ears to see this, and as many eyes to hear it as I possibly can. I don't know about you, but if someone was sitting around in your living room smashing a cymbal all day, that would probably annoy you. And that's exactly what your eyes and ears are getting inundated with all the little symbols. Don't stare at them. Understand what they're there for. They're there to control you. Things like stop signs. I run all stop signs. I tell the stop sign what to do. I'll go if it's clear, and I'll stop if it isn't. See, that's another control mechanism. And have a look at your code books. Look how thick they are. It's been long said that the more laws a nation has, the more corrupt it is. And with 70 million laws on the books, that might tell you a little bit about the master that you choose to. Okay, you can kill that. Something muted me out. I don't know what did.
Hush now softly, can't you hear? Mockingbird, she must be near. She sings her song, the bio lullaby. Misty morning, lazy sun, broken only by the river run, Mississippi River.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay? Hands up in the room. Okay, where are we? Yep. There, let me see. I got Bendy there. Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, there we go, Janet. Okay, sounds like you can hear me now. Yeah, it was weird. I was nowhere near the computer, and it muted out all by itself. Isn't that funny? But that's just a lateral time slide. So, am I getting the point made here?
Yeah. All for one for all. Yep.
Yeah. Interesting experience last night. Maybe these free men on the land, sovereign citizens that are waving around pieces of paper might actually figure it out.
Yeah.
That all you got to say is your name. And you're owned lock, stock, and barrel because you still don't know who you are. I'm me, Magnetic Electric. You can call me whatever you want. I'll answer to, yo, bitch. Hey, you. Kate. Idiot. I'll answer to all of them. Doesn't matter. So what is my name? Well, I don't have one. I am me. And I have all names at the same time. You can. That's the whole idea of what the name of God is, all unknowable. And I say that in the reversed hex of the G and the reversed mirror of the D. You know, religion has taught you well. Religion has bound you into such fairy tales of nonsense and pure utter shite. They teach you that somehow a guy can live in a fish for 3 days, jump out in the pinstripe, and become a real estate salesman or something. They teach you that some guy built a boat to put every species of animal on it and float around for 40 days. You bought it. They taught you that some guy got crucified. Physically, literally, but they didn't tell you why. They didn't tell you the real story, the greatest story ever told. And I'll tell you what the greatest story ever told is the one that you're telling yourself. Because that is you. We're all walking that road, and I got my literal crucifixion, Salvador Dali style, through the watery veil of the ceiling as I lifted through it to see the other side. Went for a nice little walk. Met some really, really cool people. Had some awesome conversations. And let me assure you, the game is over. Because I'll tell you, when the first thing you hear as you pass through that veil and you're sliding down this watery slide into this room and you're hearing this beautiful voice, it had to be some gorgeous black women saying it. Had to be. It was just too beautiful. You could hear this, rejoice, you are chosen. It was like a game show. It was funny as hell. Cosmic as all get out.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked door number 1. And then I went for the tour from there. I went through the cornucopias and all of this amazing magic. It was a magical mystery tour of a level I can't even begin to explain. And I tell you, when I woke up, I woke up with a start going, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm back.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know I would.
Tiffany this morning.
Yeah, you know, it's really neat. I think I was sleeping for about 2 hours, and I had a couple of profounders during the night as well. I can't later, but I know time is short. I know that. This is the Ides of March. It's not a coincidence that I went through this crucifixion today. This beautiful lifting up and letting go. And it's taken me all day to overcome the emotions that I experienced during that. The letting go. Can I let go of all the things that were done? Yeah. Mm. Can I let go of all the people I love, my children, Sue, everybody? Can I do that? And I said, this time I'm ready. I can do this because I know the greater picture is there. And no sooner did I say that I went through this water ceiling. I can't even describe it. All I will say that it is the arachnoid traveling through the mirror, because it was a mirror, water mirror, and passed through it to the Rhea mater, not the Pia mater, the Rhea. And what is Rhea? The mother goddess, all creation. And I got to tell you, the Christopher Lloyd character guy, he was beautiful. They all were, but this guy just rocked the boat. He short gray hair, and his voice was very matter of fact, but it had such a bubbly, almost giggly sense to it when he was talking. His right eye was crystalline black with I can't even describe, flickering golden, just beautiful, and his other eye was like a normal eye, but it was, and they're both like normal eyes, but they just had these qualities to them, and the other one was like rainbows and sparkle, and you could see that razzle dazzle is his right ear wasn't, he had a normal left ear, and his right ear was like this little red hand coming out of the side of his head, and it was, you know, as he was talking, it was moving in like hand gestures. It was, this guy was just amazing, and like I said, very matter of fact, said, okay, come on, to take you on the tour here. I said, and then talking to O.W. Grant, met up with him, I guess about an hour later, and was asked a lot of different things, different situations, and of course I said, well, I don't have anywhere to live right now, and he said, oh no, don't worry, we got that taken care of, and then I'd said about Sue, and he said, no, we've been following her around, and you know, it's all good, and yeah, that was a kind of a difficult situation to work, but we got it to work, and everything's this, that, and the other. So children, everything else, whatever. It just left such an incredible sense of I'm there.
Mm.
And given the last night's little what do you want to call that? I have no words for it. It was just beyond repeat cycle. It's like, but really, you know, like a lot of people, and this goes back to when Santo, when Santo Bonacci got grabbed that day, and a lot of people went automatically into fist fight mode. You know, and you know, we gotta get Santo out, and it's like, guys, who better to handle that role than someone like Santo Bonacci? So I look at the good side of everything. And last night was an international event.
Yeah, you were totally prepared.
It was an international event with good outcome. And there will be others, and I'm sure there were many, that might have thought, oh, well, Kate might get arrested, and, you know, and that'll be bad. And see, I don't put anything on it. I just say, what do I need, baby? You put me where I need to be, universe, to create the most collateral damage of this fucking nightmare called this reality. And I'm here to serve.
Yeah.
That's it. End of story.
Mm.
Oh, we got...
Hear what?
Hey, who we got?
It's the Shan Man.
Hey, Shan Man.
Hey, listen.
Oh, I heard the hey, listen.
Yeah.
We're listening. Oh, he just dropped off.
Oh.
All right, now, oh, and I got Rebecca here. Let me bring Rebecca in for a sec. There we go. Rebecca, you there?
Rebecca, are you there, love? Nope, no Rebecca.
Nope. Okay, well, just...
Stop with the line tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. You know, just in case there's any background noise, whatever. If someone's not at the phone, I'll mute it back out just for that. No other reason. Waiting for Shaman to come back. You know, typically we have, based on past numbers, well over 1 million people listening every single night. And I know the word's getting out. So what I would ask you guys to do, and Giuseppe, maybe double check the March 14th, 2014 release, because apparently it's an older one that's going out with me, Santo, Tony, and I think it was the one with Kevin and Ed as well, and that's like a year and a half ago, or a year ago, I guess. Yeah, it'd be a year ago that one was done. So the show from last night is actually going around as that one, and that's probably the last one I wanted to go around because that was so yesterday, so not now. But I want to get some feedback from you guys tonight as far as you guys were listening live. You were on the line with me, and we walked through this one together. I just want to get maybe some of your feelings on it as it was unfolding, and knowing full well what the outcome was going to be. Well, I guess I did anyways, because it was pointless. Because there I am with everything in my whole universe in one little place, and I know the universe would never allow that. Already been there. I don't need to experience it again. I've already had everything in my universe stripped away. When the Guelph police, you might want to, this OPP guys, you might want to talk to the Guelph crew. They weren't very happy about me exposing all their corruption either. Neither was the city of Guelph and Guelph Mercury and all the court systems and all the banking systems in the world. They were definitely not happy about that. So you might want to look at perhaps why someone who was actually standing in the truth, standing in the right, would get attacked by those claiming to be just the same thing, which is, as far as I'm concerned, fucking retarded. Does that fit? That works. Really, really slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not very quick thinking. That's someone that's running on a program. There are many toys that you can get in the store that will run on those, so please stop being that. But anyway, I just want to get a little feedback from you guys and your feelings on it.
Well, I just felt like it was just for everyone, that you were just doing this for everyone that tunes in, or that in the future or past or whatever, in the right now, that so that they could see what happens when you are totally standing in the truth and you totally know who you are. And that was so beautiful, and that's all I felt. I thought my heart was going to start pounding like crazy and stuff, but I felt totally calm. But I think I was just tuning into you, and I just knew that you had it, and it was like, no big deal.
It wasn't a big deal. Kept the show going, and Colleen mentioned it last night. Yeah, there's always that initial, moment. But again, I've had enough of those. I know what it is, and I just put it in the box off to the side, and just carry on doing what I'm doing. And that's where you get to the center, and you say, neutral. I don't have any expectations here. I'm going to experience what I'm going to experience as it is meant to be experienced, and that is the Christ consciousness. That is the accepting of all things for all reasons, because that's the cabbie taking me home. So I know that. So the spirit of the Christ consciousness will take me home. I'm not about to divert my cab. Thank you. I don't need to give my cab driver directions. Doing just fine.
Yeah. Beautiful. I felt for me just like a beautiful gift you were giving to everyone, myself, everyone listening, is just to show this is what you do. And so no worries, just stand in the truth and all in, and let's go. Awesome.
No one gets to the Father but through me. And you know what that means.
Yeah.
No one gets to the heart of the creation of spirit breath but through magnetic electric. And if you're not playing at that level of the game, I don't know, don't be bringing your marbles to a bowling ball game, you know? You're not going to knock many pins down with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, is my line open?
Hey, is your line open? Sure it is.
Oh. All right, yeah, I hit one. I'm looking at a map. Hey, bowling pin. We'll get into this later on. I looked into the that star, home run hour, the hour.
Yeah.
Star that you guys discovered, that you and Janet were talking about.
Yes.
And the date, you discovered that too. I looked at the dates too, and I got to match them up. I got 455 out of there, but I'm still on that 4555. I'm all over the place, Kay. You know that.
Let's see that you're following your heart, though. You're following that which you resonate with, and that's exactly what you need to do to connect these threads, and then connect them to something else, and then something else. And hopefully I've shared enough information to show you how to connect it to the zodiac, to how to connect it to the Bible, to how to connect it to math, to music, all of it, using whatever makes your heart sing. That's the game. Find what makes your heart sing, and you will never steer wrong,
Well, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm leaving no stone unturned, but it'll I guess later on we'll get into it once we get into a rhythm here, and I'll read out because it's just unfriggin' believable. But anyways, that star has a binary star that's literally connected to it. They got a picture of it, or they drew it. There's a smaller star, and it looks like a bowling pin. That's why when you said don't bring marbles to a bowling game, I thought that was funny. It is literally shaped like a friggin' bowling pin. There's two stars
there you go.
literally attached.
And I didn't know that. So, but
I
now I'm aware.
That, yeah.
Right? You know it, and you made me aware of it. That's what we're playing here. The game of what you know, I can make you aware of, and what I know, you can make me aware of. So that's how we bounce this back and forth to create the H-A aha moments to add on to your Jacob's ladder.
Right.
So you're building your ladder out, right? This is your bridge.
Yeah.
Remember the last Mimsy?
No.
At the end.
The movie.
Yeah, the last
360 degrees visual.
Yeah, it's at the very end. The little boy, the little girl creates the field, the creation field. Yeah, real coincidence, right? And the little boy, what he did was he was the one to build the bridge across the universe. And that's what you're doing here. You're taking your unity of the masculine and feminine becoming one, and you're building the aha moments. That's your universe bridge. And the only way you're going to find that is in the searching of truth. And for those caught in the programs going circular, you will never find it because you're caught in the dramas, the Marsha. You're still looking outside of yourself to an enemy. I mean, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people in that situation last night, without knowing what I know, that would have created quite a nightmare for themselves. They would have been trying to claim constitutional rights or whatever the case may be. For me, it was very, it's retarded. It is. Now you see the level of the trap that everyone's in. And once you peel this back, you heard it very simple. There were no VINs in the car, nothing, and the plates that are on it were the ones that were on it when I got it, and they don't belong to me. They actually don't belong to them either. They belong to the Crown, and I've already explained why they're there. Because I don't want to get people freaking out, cops or otherwise. I don't care. I'd be happier just to throw them off the side of the road, or grab them if you want. But it's not going to stop me from driving. It's up to you if you want me driving around with no plates, because I will anyway. It doesn't matter to me. And wake up other people going, whoa, what? So what I'm doing is actually providing you a peaceful service, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's not taking away your free will choice to prey on others still caught in that game. So I balance these things out energetically so that they're spiritual choices, not survival choices. Survival's for the meat stick. I don't play the meat stick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we know. The thing is, like, if I tuned in, like, if this was 3 or 2 months ago, it's been quick, an acceleration here, and that's the thing, the acceleration of this. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, every time I open Rebecca, if she's either not there or she's jamming on a song. So, here it is, guys. If you put your hand up to talk, then make it that way. Thanks. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. All right. So anyways, like, that's the thing. I'm sure there's a lot of new listeners and stuff like that, and like you said, if those cops or whoever, I'm sure that they're listening in. And the thing is as unaware of what it is that I know now, back say 2, 3, 4 months ago. If you're open to begin with, this stuff. It's shocking. It's a shock to the friggin' system. It's like, what the fuck are these people talking about? It's like, are they for real? Are they just making shit up? Are they? You know what I'm saying? So it's basically, the bottom line is trusting yourself, going with the ones that do trust themselves. Because if you're hanging out and talking and communicating with people that don't trust themselves and know this shit and are willing to admit when there's certain, they got that noise going on inside their mind. That's what's confusing your present existence in your experience with this stuff. And that's the thing, because like I said, like back when at whatever point when this stuff just started to begin to unfold, like a friggin' title.
Well, let's make it. Let's streamline this a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
In your situation 3 or 4 months ago, there would be a lot of people that would be dealing with, and there's still a lot of people doing it, and it's no harm, no foul. It's just what happened last night proves beyond any shadow of a doubt exactly everything I've been saying all along, and that's why I had to experience it. So that there was an international event, whether they think it was or not, I know it is. Judge Bows to Sovereign was one of those too, and I had the same vibe when I pulled away last night, and even more so this morning after they came in and it was fruitless. If they could, guys, here it is in a nutshell. If you could have done anything last night, you would have already done it. That's that simple. And I already know that because I know you have no power without the spiritual claim to the name, and you will never get that from me.
No.
I am me, get over it. So now put that in contrast to anyone that's trying to do something using any of the silly free man except for value tricks and all the rest of this shite that goes on, right? I mean, I even told the young lady last night, and by the way, I'm not one of those silly free man sovereign citizen types. I think something like that. I didn't listen back to it. But I'm Phoenician. There's a big difference. And I know when that went out over the radio, they claimed that they're Phoenician. Thank you for resonating that most perfect seed throughout all of your network. That is a domino of dominoes. Now you know the fucking truth is out here. And more importantly, not you, but the masters know. And they know, they've known all along, as have I. I know the level of game I'm playing here. I know the level of threat I am to this illusion. It's all coming down. And it's my wish for everyone to wake up and come across. Or you're going to do the Groundhog Day loop, Bill Murray Groundhog Day. The difference being it's not one day relived, it's one lifetime relived again, because you reboot back in a coexisting, at the same moment of now, timeline that is running concurrent as all our infinite realities, infinite possibilities. And you're going to reboot back into that, and you're going to play that lifetime out again. And it's going to feel long and boring, and you're going to go through all of the same pains that you went through that you didn't learn from. You're going to make all the same, quote, wrong choices, unquote, that you made before. And the deja vu is your checkpoint to say, listen, you're doing the same shit over and over again. You need to stop doing that. And you need to step into the only way out of this nightmare. This is the Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave, is the game you're playing. Me, I burned the hotel to the ground. That's the difference. So if you want to continue playing these silly games, the only thing I suggest to people is send out documents like spiritual contracts, the mortgage who's who, mortgage and loan who's who. Send out these are information packets to wake your fellow humanity up. They're not claims. They're not anything. I'm not needing to talk to any specific individual, somehow needing permission that I'm making a claim through my DNA or this or that and the other, so I get my shit. You're still caught in the same game. You've got to let go. And that's what Christ was teaching to Nicodemus. Nicodemus couldn't let go. He couldn't let go. He wanted to follow the truth, but his carnal lust for possessions and being possessed of the of-me's, the demons, would never allow him to walk until, well, he's going to have to go through that pattern again. I mean, these were all fictional characters, but they all told, that's the joy of the Bible, as I'll explain it very simply. Bi means two, or duality. Bull, from the Taurus. Taurus, the bull, means Taurus, or toroidal field of creation. It's a duality creation field. One is absolute truth, and one is absolute bullshit. The churches teach the bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, Kate, that was perfect, because the timing was beautiful, because that's what I was going to jump into. I just got off the staff thing and Googled, civil law, common law, right? That's what I'm trying, is that I'm sure you probably looked at the map. There's a map. Canada and America, except for Rome, Quebec, and Rome, Louisiana, they're by judiciary, okay? And like you said, it's a bi-toroidal field. Civil law, it's all in blue. Blue is you got Asia.
Okay.
You got
I don't even want to go down. No. But what I'm give me the allegory here.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying it's a bi language, right? Common law.
It's two stories.
Your identity, who I am, right? We live in common law, right?
No, we don't.
America.
No, we don't. We're not going down this road.
Natural law.
Hang on. Hang on.
Law.
Slow down, will you? Please, slow down.
Yeah.
Because you just dropped
to get through this.
Please.
This point.
I know you're trying to justify, defend. What is that? It's not you.
Absolutely not. I'm not defending anything.
Okay. As you just defended that, I got it. Yeah. Careful who you're talking with here. And I love you so much. I want you to see this. That's a perfect contrast. You just set up a few dominoes that sent off triggers with people. I felt them. That's why I stopped you. I don't listen with anything other than my heart. I feel what goes out. So let me just make it very clear. All common law, legal, all of that nonsense that is dealing in the physical is absolute bullshit. That's the lie. The truth is you. That's it.
Right. Right.
No further explanation required, I promise you. And when you spend the time with you will see this. Don't get caught. See, these to me are all the little dramas. It's going to get the left brain going clickety-clickety-click down the street. It's going to keep people staring at symbols trying to figure them out. Well, that's cool, that's neat, and all the rest of it. I'm trying to get people to stop doing that. The symbols and all these things that we are watching in terms of coincidences are telling you that this is the magic kingdom. You're already in it. Start trusting it. Coincidences are not that. That leaves doubt. They are coincidences to show you the fractal nature of the one thread running through all things. And the more we stay off in this trying to explain it through very literal means, I'm very careful when I do this. I stay strictly anagogic on this. Strictly. Paint the picture. When you start to talk details, there's no picture being painted. It's all literal. And for me, it's very empty. It's just an empty easel. So if you're going to explain something, explain the concept. Paint the picture of what it's telling you, not the literal of what it's telling you. Because what happens there is that domino gets knocked for everybody, and you're sending out the same shit wave that I will be the wall to stop. I promise you, I love you and everyone else that much. We are where we need to be. And because of what we just went through there, gave the perfect contrast to show that, and my gratitude knows no bounds. Thank you.
Right. Okay. But the illustration that I'm trying to make is exactly what it is that you're getting at. Is that is the magical land. If you don't know that, you're going to be pulled into the
We have all
dead zone.
We have all lived in Kansas long enough, okay? Kansas is the physical reality. This is actually Oz. That's what I'm talking about. Oz is not somewhere else. This is Oz. This is how to have eyes to see Oz.
Right.
That's all. Literal will keep you running in circles. And I think, like last night, the overall reaction response was not something typical that any sort of Freeman or Sovereign or anybody else that was trying to play with paper and all the rest of it would have expected. Yes or no? Guaranteed that tow truck would have been there with two cop cars and the individual having their window smashed, getting dragged out. And I'll tell you, another little trick they like to pull is, like they did last night, is they want to get you out of your vehicle. You can call it whatever you want because they high call. Yeah, the truth high harvest. All right, that's what it is for me. Or the truth high call. I follow the high call of truth. So yeah, of course I drive my V high call. All right, and it's also clay. It's a key. It's all there.
Right.
I redefine it as I need to. But I assure you, how many videos are we going to have to watch from now on of people still pulling the same shit expecting a different result? Do the same thing over and over and expect a different result? What are you? That's called insanity. Time to try something a little new, and I think last night was something a little new, certainly a lot new for most people. So when you know who you are, that you are not a name at all under any stretch of the imagination, that you are all names, that's when you enter Oz and stay there. You know.
Right.
Like I said, I just walked my road. Now I just want to let there's a couple other callers. I've got Wendy in here, and I'm going to try Rebecca one more time. There we go. Okay, so I got Wendy and Rebecca in with us now, too. So open her up, guys. Let's get some feedback on if you were tuned in last night, which chances are you were. Give me a rundown. What was going through you at that time?
Can you hear me? I don't know.
Yep, you're there, Rebecca.
Hey. Well, rundown on my side of the story is letting go, is allowing winter to die and spring to move forward.
Well, that's it, exactly. It's an allegory of the ending of the winter.
And it has been, I mean, Pisces for me this year has been so hard, you know. It's like this dying, this letting go, this constant dreamy state-like energy. And it really fucks with the ego, Pisces, and I suppose that's a good thing, you know, because you feel all these things, your ego has to die, because you're in the duality of Pisces, you're in male-female, you're in moon-sun, you're in man-woman, you know, and you're going different directions, and I think the Pisces energy brings that up to the surface, and if you're someone who's got a big ego, you're just going to die 1,000 deaths, you know. So for me, Pisces has really been about letting go, moving forward, allowing my dreams, my wishes, all the things that are deep down in my subconscious to sort of appear at the surface, which for a Taurian sun is really difficult. So I suppose I've just been trying to be aware of what's coming up and letting it go, breathing, looking at it, seeing it for what it is.
Well, again, it's all a personal journey for everybody, and using your own sign as a roadmap, right? That's why you have it, and no one's using it. So I just chose to, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And Colleen, your mic's open now too, just to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same like last week. My moon sign's Gemini, yeah? So the moon was in Gemini last week, and I did a spell. I was connecting with nature because I'm living out in the country now. I left London, thank God. I mean, I think the ending point for me was 5 o'clock, you know, rush hour, going up an escalator, looking at so many people with, like, ropes tied around their necks, ties, you know, tied round the neck, looking dead, looking soulless, and I thought, I can't do this anymore. I need to leave the city. These people are dead. So the next week I left, trusted my intuition, was that I can't be in this soulless world anymore.
Well, again, this is about being around energies that resonate with you, and
exactly. And when you are going up an escalator, watching so many soulless people go down, go up, go down, go up, you know, that frequency. I mean, you either decide at that point you're going insane, or you decide.
See here, Rebecca, hang on a second, because I don't see soulless people. What I see is a blinding, perfect light, shrouded in ego shit and day-to-day societal norm programming. So I don't want to be going left and right on this. Okay, this is what ego will do. It will see it from I hate using the word, but it's the only word that fits, from a judgmental perspective. This is why I only see the light in people, because I know it's perfect. And then at which point, because I've accepted that perfection within them, I look at the program that's running. Because if you're looking at it from their soulless or whatever perspective, at least this is what I found for me, it polarized me into one side or the other, and this is how I learned to hone that observation position. And the minute you decide that everyone is perfect, you'll be fine.
They're not necessarily soulless, but they're definitely doing something which is very against soulfulness. You know?
Yeah, it's called ego. That's why I just explained it. It's a program running on top of the pure light. It's like having this crystal clear glass window with shit smeared all over it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely
squeegees.
judge them. I could have been one of them, you know. I could have walked that walk, you know.
I was one of them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but the thing is, it was that moment. I think sometimes we have a moment that crystallizes our energy, you know, because I was kind of undecided about leaving the city. I'd lived in London 10 years, but I think that moment of seeing that, sort of like going up the escalator and all the souls going down, and kind of looking at you with eyes of hope, eyes of wonder, eyes of dreams, you know, like a child. I mean, they still have child eyes. That's the thing.
And how many of these people did you smile at? I'll smile at every one of them.
I smiled the whole way up here.
Good. That's all I need to hear. Now hang on, Rebecca. Oops, we just lost Wendy. I was just going to bring her in, but we got Colleen. I just want to get everybody involved tonight, so because it seems to do this a lot, where it becomes one-on-one. I want to get the whole table going.
Hi, Kate. Hi, everyone.
And 4842.
Hello.
Hi.
It's Eric.
Of course, it had to be an international event, and you know, everything in perfect timing. And of course, you were on the call with millions of people listening. when it happened. So it's all perfect. And
what's
I had
today?
mentioned,
Did anybody notice what today is?
the full moon.
No,
No,
it's
it's not
15th
yet.
of March. It's
What's
the Ides
coming
of
in?
March.
The Ides of March, right? Yeah.
Yes. I'll take that D mirror out. We'll put in the T. The Ides of March.
The Emperor?
Yes.
Yeah. So the I.
Well,
who was killed on the Ides of March? I'm trying to show the allegory here. Who was killed on the Ides?
The Emperor is dead.
Oh yeah, but who was the emperor?
Caesar, the first emperor ever.
Yeah, Jiminy Cricket.
Yep.
Julius Caesar. Jesus Christ. All have the same initials. So what was today?
The first day of slavery.
No, today is the first day of the end of the crucifixion. It's done. I went through my crucifixion today. That's what I experienced.
And that's what I have written down here, Kate, a dying and the letting go and a rebirth.
To even
and
explain.
it is
yeah, go ahead.
Moon in Virgo. And actually the day or two before the full moon is the most powerful.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
And so that was last night. That was last night and today. And when you had your experience, your vision today, or whatever you want to call it.
It was, no words.
Beyond words. But when I mentioned that, Kate, when I mentioned that last night, and just said, okay, so did your heart race at all? My point to that was we had been talking all week about the emotions, and if you don't, sit in the silence and just really become strong in your energy field, your emotions are just going to be knocking you all over the place, and you're going to be pulled into things that you don't want to be pulled into. So my point on that last night was how you, even though we're human and we have a physical form, and yes, our heart's going to race a little bit, but when you are strong in your truth and you're grounded and you have your emotions in check, you're going to come out just fine, like you did last night, like you had the invisibility cloak on. So that was my point in asking you that about your heart.
Oh, no, I know exactly what it was, and I'm very grateful that you did, because what it shows is the ultimate humanity that we're dealing with here. And one other thing, just as another note to any police or whoever scans this show or whatever, if you're going to say sir to someone, well, one, don't say it to me, and don't say ma'am, because I'm neither and I'm both at the same time, so have fun with that. But if you're going to say sir to someone, you better snap to fucking attention and salute that superior officer that you're claiming to be sir or ma'am. Every time.
Nope. Boring.
Well, no, I'm just pointing out a fact. If you're walking around claiming to be an officer of any kind, and you call anyone sir, that is your superior officer. So you better snap to attention and give that officer that you're saying sir to. Remember, sergeants don't say sir to a sergeant. They'll tell you they got stripes and they work for a living. Okay. If you say sir or ma'am to anyone outside or inside the force, you better be snapping to attention like a proper military dog. Because if you're claiming to be an officer, then you better start acting like one. Because I'll tell you, on any ship, in terms of the Navy, if you didn't do that, you got a flogging for it. So you want to talk about walking the talk and talking the walk, then you better start doing it yourselves. And that's what I call a spiritual mirror. Let's see how that hex works for you. I'm hexing it back for you. That's yours. You wear it. Have a nice existence. I love you.
Hey, Kate, the point I was trying to make with that is that civil law, which you know is Roman law, and I'm not going to get into the whole...
I got it. Stop defending. Just go.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is that civil law does not exist. Period. It's an illusion. It does not exist in where they deem common law jurisdictions. That's all I'm trying to say is it doesn't exist. It's
agreed.
It's brought in on a piece of paper. Is what I'm trying to say.
What is civil law based on?
Roman law. Canon
900-year-old. No, Roman civil law is based on 900-year-old Phoenician law.
Right. It goes back to Phoenicians. What do they call them there? Yeah, it was brought in from them. Yeah, but I mean, but it's if you yeah, absolutely. That's exactly.
That's it. It's Phoenician law. What do you think I'm getting? Not getting. I am fluent in.
It was copied from Roman.
It was spelled away from it. That was the trick. It was spelled into the symbols and sigils and numbers.
Yeah. But that's just like a starter kit.
Oh, yeah. Again, this is, guys, don't ever lose sight of the fact that this is a cosmic joke.
Right.
God playing the game of not God. Okay? And I assure you, my experience today more than affirmed that. It's beyond funny. That's the joy of this, and I highly recommend to all police officers that steal pot and stuff like that to start smoking lots of it. Start drinking lots of fluoridated water because it's going to calm you down and harden your pineal to crack it open. Okay. Get into that, the chemical that they have in bottled water that actually has female hormones. Get into that too, so that starts bringing your, for the males anyway, start bringing you into a little bit more compassionate balance. And lay off the steroids and all the rest of the stuff. I mean, the Guelph Police Force is famous for.
Yeah, and the comical joke about it is there's no law that's going to make anybody civil to begin with. How do you write on a piece of paper?
Well, it's called see evil is what civil law is. See evil. You see, when you're polarized into one side or the other, this is the whole point I've been trying to make for a very long time. This is about removing the polarity of the sounds and the words and the intentions. Refuse or refuse. Right or right. I can assume whatever I want out of that sound, regardless of how you spell it. It's like the young lady last night wanting to write down a name, and it says, how do you spell that? It says, well, you can spell it whatever way you want for yourself. And she immediately stopped writing because she's going to be literally casting a spell on herself. That was my intent behind it. Cast it for yourself, not for me.
Yeah. And the comment. See, that's the thing is like, and I won't even get into that, but I think because everything, it is a cosmic joke, and everything is working perfectly, and I think the ones that are caught within the spellbound, which I was too, is that they talk about the 12 tribes or whatever. That I think that there's obviously a connection between us. There's an energy. There's a field. The Taurus field. And what I think it is that languages, that were developed, because in my opinion, from what I've been seeing, is that the English alphabet, A through Z, was a perfectly fucking constructed means of communicating.
Well, they all are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Absolutely, because one was taken from another, but that's why
they all
realizing.
The whole point, the whole point is I've already connected all of the different alphabets. They all work together simultaneously, and I use them simultaneously. That's the point I'm making. The alphabets. I mean, I can read out a sentence, and I'll be using Greek, I'll be using Egyptian, I'll be using Latin, I'll be using German, I'll be using French, Spanish, English. It doesn't really matter because all languages have sound in common. That's Phoenician law. Sound is the creation of all things. Now, I just want to let 484 know that they're in, and Mark, you're in as well. So, carry on, guys.
Hey, Kate.
Hola.
This is Eric.
Hola. Hey, okay.
Eric or Ever Ruler.
Yeah.
Island Ruler. What was magically magnificent last night, I'll tell you.
Well, send it to your friends and tell them, told you.
It was very real. Okay.
That last night's episode is a great big cup of I told ya.
And lots of people got to experience it.
Yeah, the observer definitely has great influence on reality, more than what anyone can imagine.
Well, it's only when you get into the now that you can actually observe the atoms that are going on. And what happens to an atom when you observe it? It changes.
Yep. Yeah. With just emotional intent.
You got to be neutral.
That's it. Get out of the stormy seas. Did you actually look at the police as like another version of you? Like, well, this is just me testing me. This is just another version of me testing me to see how I respond.
That's a good question. I look at everything that way. The difference is that I already know that everyone is absolutely another perfect point of light, a photon or a photon of light, the same as me. The only thing that's running that's different is the level of programming that they're stuck in. And I've been down at the bottom end of that program. I've went through all the got to do everything everybody else does and then carry on like everybody else until the point where I'd had enough and thought, wait a minute, enough deja vu moments, I guess, to say there's something not right here in Kansas, Toto. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, right? And we weren't.
I really feel like I'm starting to think and feel like, man, I think I plotted all this out before I came here, and like I had like an alarm clock already set. Like, all right, the alarm clock's gonna go off while I'm in this dream, so I'll wake up. Like, okay, it's time to wake up. A few years ago, like 2010, I was still with my girl, and I don't know. The thing was like I had time, I had free time, because you know how people are like, well, you got too much time on your hands. You're thinking about this and that. And you're questioning. Why are you questioning all this stuff? Why don't you just do what you got to do, what we all do? I'm like, there's something that clicked in my head because I had time. I was sitting around and I just started questioning everything, and then that's when my journey began. And as I went along, there were some people along with me, and then people just dropped. They just dropped. I'm like, oh, I'm still doing all my independent research and studying my own independent thought. And the greatest thing is I don't need any one other person to believe the same as me. Because I think if you have to have one other person believe the same thing you do or know the same thing you do, then you're not really totally sure of yourself. Like, oh, I need somebody has to believe somebody has. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you come into a mutual awareness, and you share, and then you go from there. You run with it.
Well, because I've been listening to a lot of different YouTube channels, and like I'll be listening to someone's story from their perspective, and I'll be like, yeah, like I see myself in that story playing that. Like I see myself playing in all these stories simultaneously, of everyone's story and my own too at the same time.
I don't see myself anywhere. Oh, God.
Wendy, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. I'm so happy that I finally managed to make it online. It's really nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Hopefully it's all good and bad at the same time.
Yeah. Some bad too, but hey,
Well, like for me, it's good promo, bad promo. I don't care what sells the album,
I don't care either, so... But anyway, just going back to the point about Rebecca's point with the escalators going up and down, and that was around the time that I got cut off. You know what? I hear a lot of people saying, it's become a real... It's quite popular nowadays to say, let's send the person love, send this person love, send everyone love. And to be honest with you, people abuse love. We live in a society where people abuse love and they don't really appreciate what love is and where love comes from. So on a spiritual
love is neutral.
Level,
love is neutral.
People don't understand love. We've lost the concept of what love truly is, and it's become quite conditioned.
They throw conditions.
We need to start sending wisdom to people and not love, because love doesn't help people. People use love and they just feed off it. It's a kind of vampirism. We need to start sending wisdom, because wisdom people can work with.
Oh, absolutely. And well, that's the thing is I don't know how many shows you've been tuned into. You see, what people mistakenly call love is actually infatuation, lust, control, needing to control another individual. It's a very powerful emotion, and it takes you over in the carnal sense of things, where love, defined as law of A, which is the law of truth, and only in a neutral position can you observe both sides of that coin at the same time by standing on the rim. So you are absolutely correct. People use that misconception of what we call love as a very controlling tool. You know, send people love.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It is.
Terrible.
But that's, again, a contrasting observation to see just how programmed the ego is with people when you know that every point of light is perfect. It's just, like I said earlier, it's glass with shit all over it. I just got a squeegee, and I don't care how many beatings I take to get my squeegee to that glass. I'm going to keep pushing to get that squeegee there.
Right. And you know what, Kate? Right, because love will initiate all your feelings and cause a friggin' tidal wave. So if you're thinking you're loving and all of a sudden rage builds up or sadness builds up, then that's where you know that you're not dealing with love. You're dealing with what it is you're talking about. You know, it's absolutely zero negative points.
Yeah, you broke up. Yeah, no, you broke up a little bit at the end there. Can you say that again? We got some background noise, guys, so mute out on your end if you can, please.
Sounds like some kind of an echo going on there. Is that love will initiate and activate the emotions, and if they do that, and if it causes you any tinge of anger, sadness, suspicion, jealousy, any of that, that's not love, right? That's conditioned. You're conditioning the illusion of what you think is love to the emotions, and it'll cause a tidal wave. You got to be still, you know. You got to be in that point where nothing disturbs you, you know.
I love the idea of romantic love. Yeah, I love the idea of romantic love. The longer that I live, and the longer that I see people, and how
you'll suffer with that. If you have romantic love, you're romancing with Romeo and Juliet. They're going to be sunken.
We're here to do that kind of love.
That ship's going to be sunk.
As human beings, we are here to do that kind of love. And I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions, and it preoccupies thousands upon millions of westernized people, especially. It preoccupies love. It preoccupies about 90% of their life. And finding it, attaining it, containing it, and it misleads them and guides them. And I really do not believe that we are meant to be here as human beings to spend our life doing this basic humdrum recipe of the conditioned love that has been fed to us. That isn't what we are meant to be here to do.
You see, again, I'll remove that whole concept of lifetimes because I'm immortal. I already know I am. Yeah. And I know there's a few others out there that know that as well. So have a look at it from this perspective to see. I'm going to swing around the other side of the orange. There's nothing more separating to the oneness of all than two individuals wrapped up. And this is the ending of Romeo and Juliet. What happened to both of them? They both killed themselves. Okay, that's what Shakespeare was telling you. That this whole idea of attachment to one individual is literally separating you from all others. That's why love, true love, is neutral and unconditional. It can accept all things in and all things out. It is completely non-biased. Now, you're talking about the experience of the romance and whatever. Nothing wrong with that, but you got to get it. This is the difference of getting a grip on the emotions versus them having a grip on you. There's nothing wrong with wanting to spend your life with someone mutually because you agree to, not because you're bound to. So, you know, if an experience comes along, unconditional says, well, we experience it. And it's all good. The problem with this whole idea of romantic love, and I'd be a liar. Listen to my songs. I'd be a liar if I said I didn't love the idea of romantic love. I do. But look how much chaos it has created in our lives until we finally got a grip on that. And I'll tell you that where I'm talking from right now is the most powerful form of love. It is completely unconditional. It is accepting of all things. It is that undeniable unity with the one and all at the same time.
Yeah. It's a yeah. I mean, if you want to play around with it, trust me, my ship, yeah, I'm sure my ship's been sunk a couple times. It's not going to be sunk no more. I got that sail up and coasting along. I'm in the front of my ship with my hand over my forehead going, all right, where am I going? Which island am I gonna fall onto next?
You see, that's the thing with me is I like to just go along with the flow now and see what happens. We got Barb and 956 in here. Oh, bingo callers. Hang on.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
956.
This is Barb. She's here too.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Mark.
Yes, she is.
Just a sec, guys. Before you guys get going here,
Hello,
Mark.
Hi, Katie.
Hello.
Hello, Mark. This is Manny.
I'm waiting for Mark.
Just hello, everybody. I'm calling from Babylon.
All right. I love it.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, can you take the helm for a little bit? I'm just going to listen in. It's just a bit noisy here. It's all good. It's all good. I want to get you guys. This is your table, so take it.
Okay, guys.
Well, I agree with everything you, Mark. I agree with everything that Kate just said in expressing love, because if it keeps a smile on your face, you know you're experiencing love. If you get to the point where you're angry and mad, that's not love. I mean, that's the flip side where you look at that. It could be considered, but that's not the love that we like. We want the love of joy that makes us play, that keeps us alive and keeps us powerful. We don't want the one that pulls us down and make us look to the ground. You know, David, in one of his stories, he always said, the heavens will tell you where to keep your head. Earth, Wind, and Fire told us, keep your head to the sky. The clouds will tell you why, and then why should we look in the other place? That's why I instruct young people today when they pray, the P-R-A pray, it's not the P-R-E-Y pray. When they pray, to look upward and not to look downward, because I truly believe that hell is cold and not hot, because I just came through a hell of a winter and looking forward to the spring. So I really believe that it's the opposite. And I was one taught when I was younger that I always flip the script. You know, what it seemed to be, you should always look at it another way. At that particular time, I did not understand those particular words because my vocabulary did not give me the definition of the words that I wanted, that I needed to know. But as I grew older, I found out that those words of encouragement and how you could live in peace. I think I've always been conscious, thanks to my mother and her way, because she was the one who's like took my face just like her. She had horsehair biters and said, "Look at me, listen to me, do no more than what I say do," and the case closed. And because I was Taurus, tender, don't want no booty whoopings at all, didn't like that, tried to do it my way. Every time I tried to do something ugly, got caught immediately, no second chance. You did it, so this is the consequences for what you did. So I tried not to do negative things because I didn't want any negative repercussions. So joy and laughter is something that I've always looked forward to. And like I've always said, I think back, you know, people say when I grow up, I want to give me a husband, I want to give me a boyfriend, and I'm going to have me 3 children. I had none of those type of thoughts. Only thing I wanted to do when I grew up was to be able to stay outside after the street lights came on. If I could get to do that, I got to do that, but I had to run away from home to do it. My mother was not that type. You know, I said the street light, you don't want to come in on the street light? Well, you go and find you someplace else to stay, young girl. Of course, that put turmoil in the family because I am a young girl and had a baby, but I wanted to go out after the street lights to be with everybody else. The night lights. See, we had a baby Las Vegas in St. Louis. It was called Gaslight Square. So, like, you know, I told you haven't turned us out. Plus, we had Masters and Johnsons. So, sex is something that we always participated in because our teacher, we was taught that. Masters and Johnsons had a course called Open. So, you know, you follow Masters and Johnsons, Virginia shot me. They were they would have literally have demonstrations, in the class. It was called Open Mind Class. This is at Washington University, St. Louis, Missouri. Masters and Johnson did many a year out there at John Danforth School. And he had homework would be, go home. This was her assignment. This is with my girlfriend. Now, I'll say I'm 17. These girls are 21, 22. Barbara, this girl, she's married, and she got a homework assignment where she has to bring another woman into her marriage for her, but she got to choose the woman she wants her husband to have sex with, and she chose me. She took her out to lunch to see her personality and her character and how she, carried herself, and after she realized that she liked the way she carried herself, she offered her to come to my house and make love to me and my husband. And she said when she got there, she had on an Afghan, and she was dabbling across the fire station, one of those old Lana Turner, Loretta Young type of dresses, and dancing on the tippy toe. But the sex was dynamite because he was a Scorpio. And, baby, she said he wore both of them out. And the end of the story,
boys and
later,
girls, you are hearing wisdom. You are hearing wisdom. I'm going to tell you why, because here's the difference. Ego confuses everything with love. Ego can never experience love. Ego can only experience jealousy, anger, possessiveness, control, the need to control, the disallowance of another to have any experience without them somehow. Be all. So great job. That is perfectly defining. You know what? You and me are going to hang out, babe, and we're going to have some real fun talks.
Sounds like that video's still around. In the background.
I'm so I was just listening in there, and that's the goods, baby.
Yeah. It's the unconditional love.
Awesome.
And I bet you everybody had a smile on their face.
Yeah, you set yourself free as well. You stop holding on to the prize. You can set yourself free as well.
Yep. You're possessed of. That's the thing, is you're possessed of something and someone else. The minute you think you need to own somebody is the minute that you need to look at yourself. Jealousy is a measure of your own need to control a situation. That is totally destructive energy. That's the Lord thy God is a jealous God. That would be your Lord. The Lord thy God is a vengeful God. That would be your Lord. That's the physical carnal, right? And that's the one that if you want to fear God, then that's the one that you probably should fear, because you haven't found that neutral peace within the center of self. And Barb, she just laid it out in a nutshell there. We got some background noise. I'm not sure who it is. And I got so many mics open, I don't want to have to go up and down the list. But anyway, carry on, Mark. I just wanted to jump in there. That was just a glorious definition of what it was I was trying to say.
Yeah, no, I was just listening like you said, really.
Well, helm was
family. I got to go.
It's the unconditional.
I have more time to talk tomorrow. I got to go back to work. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye, family. I love everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you too.
Right back at you, man. I love that voice.
Just the wisdom that comes out of that woman. Like I said, I could sit and listen to her talk all day because of not only is it the wisdom, it's what an episode of The Road. Every time she brings up something, you get this beautiful panoramic that allows you to be literally enveloped in that experience, and you're there, and it's just that's a rare gift, and I just love when she does that. Thank you so much.
She makes me laugh, Kate.
Oh, me too. That's the whole thing, is you're laughing wisdom. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's great.
Awesome. It's all cylinders go. That's kind of being. Love it. Hey, Kate, you were asking about lowdowns of the show yesterday. Well, I had no clue. I was not listening. But what I do know is I was sitting on top of my roof looking at an almost full moon, thinking something just dropped through every single timeline there is. And then I heard this, and I thought, right, there it is.
Well, at least you know what it is now. And
yeah.
Again, I walk an allegorical movie, and I watch it in that regard. And I got to tell you, an hour and a half worth of driving, you just go through that. For me, it was just this final sort through, and I can't even see. I am so stuck for words right now. It just, what do I say? But again, it's like Ides of March 15th, of course, and I put it, all the dots connect. So, and I was looking ahead at that. Plus, the cards I drew yesterday, the Camland 10 of Swords jumped out ahead, and I already told you that's probably the nastiest card in the deck. It's all about troubles and conflict and everything else. So I had a premonition given to me about, okay, there's something ahead. And then I did the spread in the final card. And what did I talk about today? About piercing the veil through the this liquid, beautiful liquid mirror ceiling. To be lifted, literally lifted, and you feel it physically up through this water ceiling. It defies description. And that was honestly, it was just like this complete surrender, complete let go. And I don't know if the physical body was in tears, but I was just bawling as I was letting everything go. And then it pushed me through this. Do you remember Stargate? That's what it looked like. It was this beautiful powder blue, shimmery, but it was like the Stargate. Carry on. Boy, I didn't think I overloaded the lines that much. Take a minute. Amongst yourselves. Coffee talk.
Yeah, well, you started about a Stargate overloads. Has to. No. I was just getting a visual while you were speaking, and it's kind of like, it sounds a bit like the moment that the top chakras melted into the physical body, when you start seeing infrared, hearing ultraviolet, etc.
Yeah, Salvador Dali painted it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I just saw.
That's what I went through today, and it was more real than me sitting here talking to you. It was the most surreal, absolutely real. There was no separation between walking this realm and the other. It was like that. It was just, you were, as I was falling into sleep, I was in between, so I was still aware of the physical, and that's when I was lifted. And it went from there, and it was just this magical mystery tour. Let's just say it made Alice in Wonderland and Willy Wonka look like lawn darts. It's a good way to put it.
Good one. Yeah, the visuals just keep coming today. Oh yeah, I'm just drifting.
It's that songwriter thing, I kind of spent a lifetime doing that, so. Yeah. All I can speak in is allegory. Do you know what's really cool? I got all you guys here that speak it too. This is really awesome.
Gonna say, keep doing it, Blondie. We're hearing you.
That's why. It's like, how long it's been talking to people, and my friends used to give me shit all the time. Why are you talking prose all the time? You got pictures and stuff, because that's how I talk.
Mm. Oh yeah.
That's how I hear. It's how I see.
Yeah, I used to get kicked out of the classroom because I was speaking in images, not in words. They really didn't get it.
Oh, I totally concur. I get it. It's really magical. It really is. Hey, and you jumped in. What's up?
Hey, do you ever? Yeah, I'm out of breath here. Hey, do you ever do two shows during the day?
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do 2 shows on Tuesday. That's the 2 for Tuesday. 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, which will be 2 to 4 with the time, unless UK goes ahead this weekend. And then on Thursdays I do nobordersradio.co.uk from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, which will be 5 to 7 if we're still out of whack with the UK clocks.
Because I'm noticing something with the videos. I noticed this a couple days ago, and on the 25th, it's all of them have color, right? But on the 25th, it's gray, and it's our immortal nature. That was the name. You give these the names, right?
No, that's Giuseppe from Lightworkers Media does all that, and that's I said that last week. Giuseppe, thank you so much, because he listens to them all and he gives them the title that suits the actual episode. So actually, the title is all Giuseppe's work.
How do you spell Giuseppe?
Guiseppie. I believe it might just be E. Depends on.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, because it's funny, because that one video where it's gray, because I started, I look at everything like you, I don't leave any stone unturned, and there's been more and more views, but this one particular gray one, there's only been 91 views on the 25th, and it's stayed there. I find that very interesting. Giuseppe, he's a mystery man.
Oh, he's awesome. He's been on the show a few times. I've talked to Giuseppe many times. He's an angel, that boy. I got to tell you, this guy came aboard and was putting up all the shows from other radio stations I was at before CMR, and I was completely unaware of it. And then I finally came across it and thinking, whoa, that's cool. But what Giuseppe does is he's one of these stalwarts in the getting the news out there, where he uses his abilities to take everything and put it into YouTube format, not only for myself, but for Savon Bulmer, Santa Bonacci, Bill Donahue, where he'll take those videos and make sure they're getting higher profile. So what Giuseppe and Lightworkers Media does is a vast service for all of the truth community by disseminating and dispersing it so far and wide very quickly. So I have no words for the gratitude, and he took it upon himself, and that's the joy of what the one seeking truth do. You just take it upon yourself. No one tells you, oh, by the way, you're going out looking for truth today. You just do it because you follow your heart.
Well, hats off to Giuseppe if he's listening. I just gave him a little bow, because there's something there, and he does the YouTube videos. I mean, he puts them together for Bill Donahue too.
No, Bill puts his together, but he'll put them onto his website. So Bill already does his YouTubes. So I know that, and Santo does some as well, and he also does stuff for QL Television, getting the word out. And like I said, he's a stalwart. He goes around and digs for everything. He's got all the links, and he pulls out the latest stuff from all of us. And I sorry, Giuseppe, I know I keep you busy. 9 days a week.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. It's definitely got a lot of magical stuff going on, and it's pretty cool.
Oh,
pretty neat.
It's all good, and I got to tell you, I hear the song, and it was like this crazy cosmic joke intro music, da 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 da, and these beautiful, like I said, it had to be black women. That beautiful black chorus that just nails it, to the ultimate Tao, singing it, and this "You are chosen," right? And it was like I was entering this game show, but it was so real. It was like, okay, all right, where are we going here? That was as soon as I went through the veil. And the card I drew yesterday at the top, the final outcome was Percival, the Fool, the beginning of a new journey. So going through the Camland, the conflict, and of course last night, what Colleen was saying earlier, you get these initial, whatever. But that's what it means to get neutral on things. It's not that it's not there. You would be dead if you didn't experience it. What you can do, and this is the allegory of the wife must be subservient to the husband, that the church has done so well in separating men from women. What it's saying is the emotions must be subservient to the mind. And that's when you get a grip. You get out of the vice of time, the victim, where you're caught in past reactions. You're just reacting the same things over and over again, into the grip of the Taurus field, the victor, the vice of the Taurus. And that's the difference. The ego will never find victory because it involves emotions. The egocentric will take you back to the center of the yellow brick road where the red and the yellow start every single time. And the further out on that road you get, yes, you'll get an emotional and it'll pull you back a little bit, but it won't pull you all the way to center because you learn how to control it. You've mastered your straw man. You've mastered your tin man, where the truth will, stops the heartless cold. That's the allegory of the rust and why they had to oil him. So that was the oils of truth that, the rising of the Kundalini, whatever expressions you want to use to describe it without putting labels on it. And then, of course, you had to face all these fears as the cowardly lion, and that's your trinity that you bring together within yourself. Find the Emerald City, and we're way beyond the Emerald City now because we found our heart, and we get neutral, right? There's no judgment here. You get neutral on it, and you observe it from that. And I assure you, if you try to talk to those with heavy ego programs running, you will just continue in a circuit, and it will be the same chatter of justify, question, justify, question, justify, question, over and over. And that can never be broken by anyone outside of themselves. They have to see that. I had to see it for myself. Everyone that has broken this program has seen it for themselves. And you know that you cannot tell anyone this, not with an ego. Those that already know this, oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Where you know where an emotion might be starting to grab you, and you just, no, shut up. I know what you are. And you put it away. You know what it is to experience it, but you're not reacting to it anymore. It's one of the reasons why I just breathe, and if the energy's not right for me, I get out of range. Because for me, I can only right now I'm getting really. I had a lot of energy to transmute last night, but when there is that sense of vengeance in the air, or that seeking like a predator on prey. That's a very filthy energy that gets emitted. But here's the joy of being centered in the true divine feminine negative. The negative spirit will repel the physical negative 10,000-fold. That's the invisible shield that we talk about, the bubble that gets put around you. Nothing touches you because the physical is repelled. Right. And last night was an example of that.
Yeah.
Magic in motion.
Last night was very real, Kate.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people got to experience.
That was the joy of it being on the air live. I was, at the same time, I was like, oh, yeah, and not wanting to let anybody down, the conflicting, right? Had to bring these into balance, right? Bring them into focus, bring them into balance, put them away. And I do that in rapid fashion very quickly so that I can assess my neutrality. But because of that...
Cool as a cucumber.
Well, I was having fun, because... It's like in the movie Jack Reacher. He says, the lawyer chickie says, should I be scared? And he says, well, are you smart? She goes, no. Well, then you got nothing to be afraid of. And he walked away. And that's exactly that's the pure truth. Are you smart? Yeah. Well, then what are you worried about?
Totally.
And again, my attitude is very simply this. I wasn't seeking vengeance. I wasn't going, oh, yeah, touch my card. I'm going to put a lien on you. Touch this, and I'm going to take your house and your family. The typical reaction that you'll find in the fist fight camp. Until you,
I love the tow truck turned up and then turned off again.
Yeah. I mean, it's an awful lot of a vehicle for a couple of license plates, isn't it? I mean, that was a ruling in Guelph anyway. That was like 4 years ago. One guy, I knew the guy. They had taken his car, and he went in with an appeal to the judge. We were still playing that legal nonsense back then. None of this was exposed, and the judge said, "Yeah, the only thing that you can take are the license plates. The car belongs to the individual." So he got his car back, just like that. But that's going back. That's 4 years ago, for crying out loud. And I got to tell you,
it's all good.
It is. It's
well,
all
look
good.
up the word. you look up the word attach, have you ever done that, Kate? I'm sure you have.
Attach. Right?
Attach,
if you attach to something, you're attacking something. And so you don't get attached to it. That's what the emotional heartstrings are all about. That's how we end up getting the emotional proverbial shit kicked out of us. This is one of the things that I had to really work on because I knew I was going to be going through a lot of spiritual crucifixions, dealing with egos that would constantly attack based on an emotional response versus having a look at the contrast that had been created for them to see. Can they see their own mirror in that? Where, of course, I'm always going to be the target, and that's okay. I'm used to it. You know, it's water off this swan's back, and it goes right through me, and on its way through me, it's going to come back and smack you right in the face. That's the wish that you're wishing upon yourself. I just don't stop it anymore and go, there you go, have fun with that. And the universe will give you everything you need to get you through it. Or you come back, and, you know, that's why those that want to do that, well, they can talk about lifetime after lifetime. Me, I'm immortal. I don't play the I'm mortal, I play the immortal game.
Yeah.
Slight difference. Slight.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, is all the information that we carry within this book, this good book, and this is the funny thing, is good, right? You can switch to K, throw that in the mirror, right?
Oh, yeah. Again,
there's book. And you got book, right? Change the G to K, throw it in a mirror, and the D turns into a B.
D turns to a T.
Well, if you reverse the D, it's a B. You know what I'm saying? The small B.
Okay, no, I always thought capital B with the half moon, right? That's only half the picture. So the lowercase d is the mirror of the hex P, yes. So it's a hexed mirror, basically. Yeah.
See, I see. See, I don't know if you listen. Yeah, because I don't know if you were on. I think you went off talking to them. Remember, you cut off line, but I was going through the H and the W. I mean, actually, Y.
I wasn't talking to them at all when I was doing that. I was focused on getting back onto the board. I didn't actually say anything to them. They were just mulling around like, flies around something, But
they didn't know quite what to do, Kate, did they?
No, well, again, I can only imagine.
Befuddled.
Yeah, I can only imagine what responses they were getting from, headquarters, HQ, right? Look at the Department of deaf minds, right? The D part mind, the of part mind of deaf mind. Like, what does that tell you, right? It's all in the phonics. You just got to slow down and play around a little bit, and you'll see it. It's cosmically funny. You start laughing. That's why mine's laughing right now.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying, though, with the good? I mean, just the lowercase, you throw it in the mirror, and you got the
but you've
good
got all
book.
sorts. You've got all sorts. A capital D in Hebrew looks like a bit of a T.
Yeah, so they're hexing the law of truth, and that's why I flipped the D and the T. And I didn't know that, so there's another verification of exactly everything is perfect. You see, this is the thing. I don't think I'm smart at all. I just look at it as I'm just connecting the same dots that were always there. I'm just seeing where they are now, and I look really, really dazzlingly smart, and I'm adequate. I get the job done. I can, I can think. But it's way more fun when you don't have to think because everything's getting proven for you. You don't have to think. That's the joke of this. You don't. You can sit around for hours as the chitter chatter monkey and look at the TV or whatever computer and go, well, look at that sign there and look at how that works. And he said, yeah, you're still playing with the pieces. Why don't you start putting the fucking puzzle together? Okay, those are the pieces. Now put the puzzle together. Stop looking at the box. Okay. And turn the box lid over so you can actually see the picture. Oh, there, that's better.
Oh, you got to laugh, Kate.
Oh, I do. Even last night when they came back, I was like, oh my, whatever. Yeah. And this morning, as soon as when they left, I was having a hot chocolate. They were gone, and whatever. I'll just do a little more typing to catch a couple of things up on my email, check some stuff out, and then I went around to visit a friend and crashed out and had my my crucifixion, Dolly style.
Okay. Okay.
Did you see? That's the thing. Getting into that, I probably won't tonight. But check out actually before we go. I'll give you the name of the website I went to for, because I got three different. I googled three different sites for that sun, the hourglass. I'm going to call it the hourglass sun, and it's in the constellation Centaurus. Did you know that?
Yep. Yeah, just send whatever. I don't see. Here's what I'm trying to say is I don't have to look for anything.
Taurus,
I don't have.
I'm talking.
Yeah. Centaurus. Say and Taurus. Yeah, that's the mind that is mine in the Taurus. Yes.
Yeah. So the Taurus, so the Cent, so our, and the thing is they couldn't see it. They saw it that day that they put it up, right? They couldn't see it because back when they first discovered this particular area in the constellation.
Okay, well let's stop getting technical.
It was
Centaurus?
too noisy. It was too noisy.
So you got to go instead of saying Centaurus, you go Centaurus.
Yeah, but see what I'm recognizing, Kate, is not on the because we're not dealing with well, like you said, it goes back and forth. It's like it's a pendulum going on here, right? And what I know.
Yeah, I stopped swinging the pendulum, is what I'm telling you. People are still swinging this little pendulum of duality.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Phonics, when you start playing, you know what's really going to make my day is when people come in here and they start telling me all about the anagogic sounds contained within a word versus all the literals. I know the literals. I've been there. I've played that. It's not a make less of. I'm sitting watching the most brilliant friggin' movie, and there's people not even in the cinema yet. And it's like, you know what your ticket is into this movie? Sit down with a half a dozen one fucking word, and play it out. Play it out in as many ways as you can, and listen to it, and you, there's your H to the A, H to A. Draw this out. Do an H.
Yeah. But this is what I'm waiting for. Yeah,
right.
Is your aha moment when you, because the thing is I'm still haven't connected to what you.
But
see.
you worry about your own aha moments, and I'll worry about mine, because it's only what's going to.
I'm having my aha moments with you in this game that we're playing. This is what I'm seeing, and what I'm saying is that wouldn't have been seen if it wasn't for us speaking right now. What it is we're unraveling and discovering, Kate. This is what I'm saying is that,
I realize that. I've got 11 minutes here. I got to do the shout out before we roll. If we're going to roll over, it depends on how excited you guys are. But anyway, great big thank you to Paul Giovanni for what a table we had set last night and tonight again. Every night, it's friggin' awesome. Thanks to Paul and Ninja and the crew at criticalmassradio.co.uk. All the work that everybody does is so absolutely critical, and you're seeing it coming to absolute fruition now. The universe is yours. Anybody that wants to help, take a pop by criticalmassradio.co.uk, flow your light, love, energy, whatever, in whatever shape, way, or form, all options available. Everything there is available freely to the universe, and it will always be that way until such a time we don't need it, because that's coming up very quickly. So that being said, the call-in number is 661-467-2401. Of course, you can call in via Skype, via the Blog Talk page. Just hit the Skype button, follow your nose. Once at the table, if you want to jump in here, just hit 1 on your dial pad on the phone. Open the dial pad on Skype, hit 1 there, and it works the same way, and I'll know that you want to get in the fray here and have some fun. I have area code 956 open again, 905, you're there as well. I just want to let everybody know that whoever had their hand up, their mics are open.
Hello.
Hello.
Kate.
How are ya?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. It's been away for a few days, so I haven't
Cheers.
Been following with you. But I've been doing a few things.
Hey guys,
making
one sec. One sec. Someone's got their speakers on, and I've got a feedback loop, 7 seconds delay. So please mute out on your end. Still hearing it.
Walkie-talkie.
It is. It drives me nuts, and it's a high frequency that kills my ears on this end.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Just double check. Check 1, 2. Check. That's
all right,
there.
it's me. Sorry.
There you go. There you go. All right, carry on.
Hello. Am I back on?
Yep. You
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been doing a lot of research and found another avenue for getting out of the system, and that is there is no such law as you have to play an acting part of trustee, beneficiary, administrator. You can rise above it all just by simply claiming that that the Crown is forcing their religious beliefs upon you, and that's all you need to stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
That's all they're really doing.
I see that. I don't even have the like last night was just the final coup d'etat of what I've been saying all along, and that they don't come anywhere near you until that last moment. Like last night was the crystalline proof of the name. I'm not even involved. I'm not in their jurisdiction, and they're not in my jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is spoken oath. I'll speak my own oaths, and that's the bottom line. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
I had the same conversation with an agent from the Crown this week. I said, "You can't do anything without me claiming the name, can you?" And he admits it. No, we can't.
Yeah, we've known that for three years. Like
I know, but also.
No, I'm making you right, not wrong.
No. Yeah. Well, the Crown is the whole concept of trust law is the invention of the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, so it's their religious beliefs, their religious rules, and to force you to play any part in trust law is a violation of your freedom of religion. And that's
it's all about consent. That's all it is. It's a spiritual contract. You read my essay on spiritual contracts?
Yeah, well, I froze them dead solid with that. They can't budge.
No. That's again. This is about knowing who you are, right? So whatever means it takes anyone to get there. Yeah, it's simply
so
that.
Simple. It's simple. Well, I just wanted to share, people.
Oh no, I love it. Thank you. That's why I said I was trying to make you right. You thought I was trying to make you wrong. I was just agreeing with you.
Like someone like Dean who wants to play trust law with them, and he's getting his ass kicked.
Yeah,
the whole
he's sitting
point
behind bars
is don't
right
play
now.
at all.
Well, that's what I told him when I saw him. I did a little talk on the Saturday, the weekend he got arrested, and that was basically what I said. And on Sunday, and he's been in since, and don't worry, he'll be out shortly. Because the system cannot withstand the kind of stuff that happened like last night. It cannot, because that is a spiritual truth revealed. I don't play in the physical game. I don't deal in their mumbo jumbo. I play pure Phoenician, and
if it was even possible to play with them, because if I go into a court and say, okay, I'm the beneficiary, you're the trustee, show me a full accounting of my account.
Well,
they
again,
won't obey you. They won't follow their own laws.
No,
so
because you're committing fraud by using a name that was never legally yours. You consented to be the dead thing. I had to. Where I started was all my fault. Everyone else that I knew was saying it was all everybody else's fault. I said, what the hell am I doing that's causing me, because I know the courts are dishonorable, so I said, how am I creating a greater dishonor universally? And that's how I traced this down. I was looking at it from the perspective that I'm doing something wrong, that I'm doing something dishonorable, and everyone else is caught up in the emotions. And I know when someone's doing something wrong. I don't need to be told when someone is honorable or dishonorable. By your actions, you're known. It's really simple. So that's how I approach this. And that's why, a lot of people say, wow, you've only been in this game for what? Well, I'd say March 2010, so 4 years. And look where we are.
You're making a claim.
2 months.
Yeah, but you're making a claim that the birth certificate name is their property.
Well, it ain't mine.
Correct.
Yeah, it ain't mine. I didn't create it.
Okay, so isn't it easier just to simply say, do I have permission from the Crown to use this name without any cost or obligation?
Okay, here let me translate. Okay, well, let me translate for you. Yeah, sure you can, because we really like slaves, so go ahead.
No, but say, okay, well, first of all, whatever the answer, either yes or no, it means they're claiming that they have the authority to do such a thing. So that's evidence that it's there.
You're talking. This is old. Like this is like 2 years ago. I'm not making less of this. I'm just telling you that's 2 years ago. This table is like way light years beyond that. We're watching the Magic Kingdom here. That's still in the physical realms. The whole system, right? You see, you're still trying to hold on to something. So let it go. It's all bullshit. You know that. I know that. We all at this table know that the whole physical game is bullshit.
Yeah.
We figured our way out.
You know what's going on, Kate, is reflections of the past. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
The reflections of the
That's
past.
what it is.
Right. I think I didn't explain myself well. What I'm trying to say is we all know what the game is. However, the trustees won't abide by their laws. They just come and grab you and haul you into their...
No, they won't.
Well,
did you listen to last night's show?
No, I told you I was away for a few days.
Okay, well, listen to last night's show, and I'm going to show you exactly how to handle this situation. No consent. I don't even say the word. They're trying to identify. No, I'm me. Get out of here. I'm good. Listen to the show. It's a play-by-play in real time. It happened while I was on the air.
No boarding of Kate's vessel.
No, you don't get
pulled up their cruisers beside her, but no taking of that cargo. Sorry, you'll have to cruise on by.
My little Civic.
Keep your own religion to yourself.
Yeah, again, they're going to play their little monkey games, and last night was for me what was needed to show everybody that what I've been saying and many of us at this table now.
Kate.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
I'm going to have to listen to last night's show.
You'll love it, man. You'll love it.
Yeah. Okay. It's really amazing.
You'll fucking love
how
it,
they set things up. They're wizards. They are really wizards in the sense of getting there, because, the saying as a kid, who are you? Well, that's for me to know and for you to find out. I know who I am.
Exactly, and it's about trying to trick you into their jurisdiction. Like I was going to say earlier, the copy says, "Did you know your gas tank's leaking?" I said, "Yeah, I was looking at it today. I talked to a guy about switching out the tank." "Well, did you want to get out and have a look?" And I said, "No, I know it's leaking. I'm not getting out of the car. Are you kidding me?" And because that can be perceived as me following an order.
Yeah.
I follow no one's wishes, no one's commands, but my own. I'll do it in my own time. And I already looked at
order?
it. Well, I won't even say that. I said I played that one in the Judge Bows to Sovereign video. It was in the tape of the morning when I was talking to the bailiff. And that's like 3.5 years ago now. And last night was, as far as I'm concerned, was 10,000-fold more potent than that Judge Bows to Sovereign video ever could be.
Yeah. And the thing is, they don't want to know who you are. They want to know who you are not. That's what they want to know.
They just want to know the money in their eyes, isn't it? That's why the tow truck turned up.
Yeah, they want
if you want to go down that route.
Yeah, that's what they do. They're pirates. They steal. That's what they're paid to do that. And they walk around with this feigned sense of authority because their master told them it was okay. Well, my master says, no, it ain't, and I'm my master, so I'm the captain of my soul. Read Invictus, and that's what I live by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen to last night. It'll be a whole new reality for you. I know it was a whole new reality for a lot of people, but here, I'll put it out there. Was last night not what I have been saying all along?
Exactly. It was
a play-by-play of everything I've ever said in one, probably about a 10-minute segment, not even.
Yeah.
I was trying to work it out. I think there was a total, maybe about tops 2 minutes of actual talking during the whole thing, and I watched them. I could only imagine what was coming over the radio. Get out of there, leave the bitch alone, no jurisdiction, go, bye, see ya.
Who are these people? Who are they?
Well, I got 3 calls right now.
They want to know
what the fuck's going on. They didn't know. They're going to be asking.
Yeah. You might have awoken them to something last night, Kate, as well.
That's my intent. I'm here to wake everybody, and that's why I started the show. There is nothing I love more than watching these people awaken to stop harming themselves desperately on a spiritual level, and not only them, their families, their children, their wives, their husbands, their friends, their communities, their planet, all of humanity. And they are, every harm you create on one, you have created upon all.
Yeah. They're trying to pull us into Kansas. We're trying to pull them into the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, everyone's living. Well, see, that's Kansas. This is Kansas, the illusion, and Oz is around it all the time, and there's many of us that see it on a full-time basis now.
So with a tornado, picking the house up, right, and bringing them into the magical realm, where.
Well, here's you ever hear the expression "ashes to ashes, dust to dust"?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what it means. Ashes to ashes means the phoenix has risen. And dust to dust means you're back. You know, I love these people who say you're all stardust. No, stardust is a net effect of my cause. How do you think the dust got there? That would be pure magnetic creation with the spinning of the world, i.e. the magnet turning, creating the first sound. That's why Z was the seventh letter. Or Z, whatever you call it. Yeah.
That's Z.
Yeah, so spin a magnet fast enough and listen to it. I
will. I feel a little bit out of the loop you're talking about.
No, it's all good, bud. It's all good. No, I know where you're at, and you're right there, so you're going to have some fun listening to last night's. I promise you.
Yeah. You know what happens?
Okay, I was just sharing.
People get caught up listening to the Dean Cliffords and everything, you know, and the other people that are on there. And I'm sure they're sincere, but the thing is that when you get caught up into that technical, you know, it's a what do they call it? Technical.
I call it left brain monkey chatter, but you can call it whatever you want. That's what the program.
There we go.
The program is designed to do that. Okay, and people need to get that. That's not you, the most perfect, beautiful essence in the universe. That's who I'm talking to. What gets in the way is that left brain monkey chatter that just goes in these little circuits, and this is one of the reasons why people, geez, Kate, you're awful abrupt. She says, yeah, because I spin that magnet and whir it out a little bit, and or better yet, it's like a bicycle wheel turn, and I'm going to stick a broom handle through it. Stop. Yeah. Okay, so you can see the contrast of it. Don't worry about what you're learning or what you think you're learning. Learn to see the contrast of where you were and where you are. So now you know you're climbing. And just for fun, guys, because I don't want to be on too much longer. When I got up, I felt like I was recovering from a serious bout of the flu. It was intense. It was beautiful. I'll probably write an essay regarding the whole experience so I can share it with everybody. It was pretty detailed. Of course, it was. It was like beyond lucid. But anyway. What was I just going to say there?
The dream
I've had dreams. That was no dream. That was stepping through the veil. I'm perseveil. I pierced the veil, right? So, and like I said, this is the first time in my life that I've ever experienced anything. I've experienced some really weird shit. But this one, ices the cake, puts the candles in it, lights it, and devours it all in the same breath. Like crazy awesome. Where was I going there? I wanted to cover this before I bolted out. Anybody remember?
No.
You know me, Little Miss Fractal, right? Anyway, and again, always observe from the neutral position. Dare to stop and go, wait a minute, am I going to defend a position here? If you feel that need or any sort of emotional reaction, spot it quick. That's a TLB trying to get you. And go, okay. And then you'll see the contrast of what's trying to get you. Then you learn. It's like it takes time. You know, this bike, training wheels are off. You know, we're a little bit wobbly, but we're picking up speed, and the bikes are starting to level out. Okay, and it takes time to get up to speed. What's that?
What is TLD?
TLD. TLB, the tricky little
bastard.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you said D. I was going, wait a minute. Tricky little dick? No, that was a president once. The tricky little bastard is the ego, and it will try to get you every time. That's your Judas. Okay, Judas is on the left. That's your monkey chatter brain, and will betray you at every turn. And on the right, you've got the Christ consciousness. And you can always trust and only trust the Judas to betray you. And that's what the left brain will do. Your Judas will betray every time until you hang the bastard. And that's what I've done. And when you hang that bastard, you turn it into a spiritual. Now you're living in the high room, in the Hiram, the high room, which is the positive both side, masculine and feminine united as one. And then you're seeing the magic. When you get there, play with the words and watch everything as if it's talking directly to you, because it is. Everything around you has a meaning. Everything.
Yeah.
Follow your yellow brick road.
Yep. Follow. Yeah. Fa, heart note. Double intention into creation.
Kate, have you ever sort of thought about your tongue position when you pronounce?
Always.
words?
That's. I was talking to Mike Cooley the other night. Spend the time to go through the alphabet slowly and see what sounds are creating a push out, like what shape is pushing out and what shape is pulling in, and then you'll start to see the ebb and flow of the energy. Because air out is energy out. That's the flow. Air in is the energy in. It's the ebb. So that's why the D and the T are the same. Say D and T, and you'll look where your tongue is. It's in the same position.
And you have to slow down.
Oh yeah.
You have to slow down and hear the words.
Yeah, hear them with your eyes. You'll start to see them then, and all I can suggest to people, the easy way is to read through some of the more recent essays. Phoenician Starter Kit for sure. Oil and Water. Spiritual contracts, absolutely paramount. Start looking at your spiritual contracts in order to break them. And you don't need a piece of paper to do this. You just need to be aware of it. That's the power of thought. This universe is built on that power of thought.
Good game.
Beautiful.
Good game.
Right? That's your silent sound. That's the magnetic source. And while you're in the left brain, you're spinning. You're not creating anything that's full effect. You need to get into the crown within self. That's the heart, the crow that is yours. Crown. And now your cause is returned. Your crow's voice has been returned. And I've got Alvita jumping in here. So I'm going to give it another 5 minutes or so, guys, because I really need this to shut down.
Hello, good evening.
Hey.
Hello, Alvita.
Hey. Yeah, I had to take my grocery shopping with me tonight. Sorry. I'm in the car driving now, but you know I wasn't going to not listen to the show. Okay.
I love you, baby.
Oh, boy, yes.
Well, there's one right there, Alvita, right? You don't have a license, right?
I don't have a license. I sure don't. No, I don't need one.
Lost that in the trash.
Nope, I don't need one. Nope.
Oh,
boy. I'm making a chauffeur. Yes, I'm driving my sister's car right now. So, but yeah, we definitely had a magical show. Something really happened. We definitely pierced the veil last night, so I felt it. You know, I was feeling kind of weird, but a good weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm experiencing, and the after effects, like with that experience today. So. Again, no words, and just let's stay the course. Now, if you guys want to continue on, I can leave the mic open here, but I am really needing just to bow out. I'll just mute out my end if you want to keep going. Mark, are you on the board?
No.
Okay, well, I was going to say if you're on the board, if you want to continue, it's up to you guys. So you can yay or nay it, but I'm.
Yay!
Yeah. You know.
Oh, you guys.
And we'll pick it up tomorrow where we left off. Okay. So, do you guys want to? It's up to you if you want to continue. And Mark, you don't have to be there either. I can just leave. I'll leave the board open if you guys want to continue talking. I'm good with that.
Do you want me to grab the board, Kate?
Well, you can. I'm just going to leave it open here. I just want because actually you can't grab it. Well, you can grab the board, but I have to leave my Skype on because if I turn it off, we'll lose the board. So I'll tell you what. I'll mute out. You guys continue on as long as you want, and it's going to run out in 50 minutes anyway. So I just need to get away from the computer and just find some peace. Okay.
There you go. All right.
Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow night with. Lots more episodes of The Road. Promise, I love you that much.
Bye, Kate.
Love you,
Bye.
Kate.
Love you.
Good night.
Bye. Love you, Kate.
Right, go at you guys. Go at her.
So anything interesting happening with anyone?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Anybody got any good stories?
Raise your hand up. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Janet.
Hi, six calling.
Yeah.
Hey, are you the one that looked up, that found the that sun?
Yeah.
You were the one that found that?
Yeah, it was on Earth Sky News.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the picture of what you were talking about, the hourglass shape. Yeah, that's beautiful, and how you were talking about that, the hours. That was really profound too. Yeah.
Yeah. What's this? Sounds like
someone moving house.
Yeah.
Hello. Building a house.
Hello, Janet.
Hello, Mark. Good
How are
to hear
you?
Nailing up his cough.
Really good.
Mark, Janet. Janet.
Hello.
Am I
Hello.
in? Am I in?
You're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when?
Okay. I've just been emitting and never getting a feedback, but thanks. Just listening in. Janet, Mark, you guys are awesome. Love y'all.
Oh, love you.
I love you too.
I'm cooking. I'm cooking kids bacon.
Pardon?
Yeah, that shape's like an hourglass. It's like a. Did you read the whole article that? Where is it? Yeah, the Universe Today. That's the one. I got like 3 of them up here. Oh. And it's amazing. It's two suns. They're attached to each other. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was really. I was just like, and it's yellow, and we were just talking about yellow, and it just goes with everything that's been going on. So it's just another beautiful sine wave.
Yeah, coincidence.
Connection.
Coincidence. Yeah.
Coincidence. Well, it's just another coincidence for you guys. My name on Facebook, coincidentally, is Manny Sunny Sun.
Yeah. Perfect.
2 suns. Yeah, perfect. I've had that for 4 years already. It's funny.
Yeah.
Just in that wave, I guess.
Yep.
Where is it here? What was the name of the site that you?
Earth Sky News.
Earth Sky News. Yeah, this one's
Yeah.
space.com. Ancient star. Well, maybe oldest. Oh yeah, this is another thing. Is ancient star may be oldest in known universe, and it says that the ancient star formed not long after the Big Bang. Right? Get this. 13.8 billion years ago, they say, So there's your 13, your Christ consciousness.
Another one,
0.8.
yeah, because it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
0.8 is the 8, the hourglass.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, where is it here? Yeah, just discovered. But see, this is the thing that I'm realizing. Oh, where'd I go here? Is that what I think is hard for people to fathom. Is that we discovered is that the conversations that we're having is what's causing this. Whether anyone wants to believe that or not, that's once you start seeing things, equally with the eyes and hearing things with your ears, because this is the kicker, right? The first part of it says a recent analysis of a star in the south hemisphere constellation of Centaurus, right? So it's in the constellation of Centaurus, and that's what Kate talks about.
Centaurus, yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
That's our voice, right? The Taurus field has highlighted the role that amateurs play in assisting with play. See, amateurs play. We're playing and assisting with professional discoveries in astronomy. So the astronomers, the ones that are out there looking around, are revealing the things that they say amateurs, but amateurs actually, when you look at it, it's Taurus, like S, put it,
Taurus.
S, AMA Taurus. That's TEURES. Yeah. So in Centaurus, the Taurus play the role, and I don't know how she does it with her. Role, right?
Role, yeah.
So,
so
the constellation Centaurus has highlighted the role of our energy, our Taurus field, that amateurs, which they're referring to us, right? That's why,
The chromatic scale, I guess. Well, it's, just coincidentally, role, chromatic scale, she always says, Kate of Gaia, the red and the blue, when you mix those, maybe we're in between two worlds, the purple, non-violent way, that peaceful coexistence.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, let me get to that. Okay, now you mentioned red and blue. See, this is why this whole article, it's just once it connects, it's I read this yesterday, it blows your friggin' mind. So you said red and blue, right?
Yep.
Let me find
Roy G. Biv, GBY, yesterday, I remember GBY 101, binary codes, I don't know.
What, yesterday?
Yeah, GBY, and yesterday I passed through a license plate, GBY. It's just funny. Roy G. Biv, you got those.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Are you guys following?
But it is. It's DBY, yeah. See, you'll start seeing things that BBY. That's what I said. Yeah, BB, the Christ consciousness. BB. So a BB gun, right? A BB gun. See, we're the BB gun, right? People are like, oh, that's a BB gun. What's that?
The photon. The photon.
Yeah, right. But let's use the alchemy now here on gun, right? Change the D to a K, right? Throw that in a mirror, right? And it's a nuke. So the BB gun turns into a nuke. Yeah, so you turn the G into a K. It's CUN, but just reverse it, NUK. So
I'm seeing that. Yep.
We're friggin' a nuclear bomb going off here inside. I gotta find that plug.
I see that.
All right, let me see here.
So if we take the 13 and we superimpose that in a mathematical thing, you got the dodecahedron, the different shapes, the tetrahedron. I don't know how many lines makes a 13. You guys know what I'm saying? Like if you put 13 and stack it and try to make a shape, what kind of shape would that make? I don't know. I'm not too.
Capital B.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it like 3D like Kate of Gaia does. Maybe it does a Merkaba or something.
Does the B, capital B, look like a 1 and a 3 together?
A tree. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to tear it. You pull it apart. You got the B and the 3 and the. Let me see here. I'm trying to find that because I don't want to get off the. You were talking about the blood, the blue blood, and the red blood.
Blue blood.
And it mentioned something here about that. And
where are you guys calling from?
UK.
UK.
All right. Beetlejuice. All right, hang on.
So, Janet, have you been seeing some other things interesting on your Yellow Brick Road?
Be back in a minute.
Yep.
Down by Stillwater Creek, so that was kind of cool. I've been just working with the words and, writing. I wrote some different, just on the balancing and allowing everything to rise and just the centering and when the flower opens, and I've been feeling a lot more just really of stillness and being really connected to this whole Sophia Gaia, the whole planet. So there's a lot of really new energy. I do feel that, and I feel it like really is so magic. The way we think and how we're just rethinking and changing the world, and it's really beautiful. It's just so great to connect with everyone at this table. It's really just so grateful for everyone.
Me too.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and there's been so many shapes in the clouds, and I just feel like it's just so many of all the ones that are really seeing things that are just all of us talking to each other, and so we can stay in that stillness and keep changing. So everything is just going to be what it instead of like we're through the looking glass, so everything is reversing back instead of everything will be how it shouldn't be, it will be, or how it should be, it will be, and everything's reversing. So it's really fun. It's really fun to play, yeah. I've been having a lot of fun with the starter kit and just playing with all different sounds coming to me, and I can change them around and neutralize stuff. So that's way, way better. And I'm not
Start putting Janet's intent into the words.
Yeah, exactly, Mark. And it's like I finally got the concept, so now it's flowing. I'm not, trying so hard. I stopped doing that and stayed still and shut up and shut the fuck up long enough to where I could just, now I can, it just, like California yesterday, it was like calling for you, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. That's not, I've been trying to figure out this game piece for so long. It's like, okay. It's not too hard. It's so easy, but it wasn't seeming like it for a while. But everyone's been such a great support and help, so that's just, when I hear it all in my head talking to me, because every time someone talks to me, I hear it as me talking to me, and so then it's like I'm really starting to be able to be really neutral, so that is a gift of gifts, so yeah. Yeah. How about you, Mark?
Yeah.
What's been happening?
Oh, all sorts on my Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah.
All sorts, really. It's a bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah. That's a good description.
On top of a tsunami wave.
Okay, hey, I found it. Here we go. Ready, guys?
Okay.
We're all here.
There's a lot. I'll just go through this here. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, let me read this part. It says, indeed, you can see just such photometric variations as the secondary orbits its host. It's orbiting its host, right? And what is Kate? She's the host. In the VLTI data collected by the Amber interferometer, backed up by observations from Geminis. Right? Gemini.
Anyone? I'm a Gemini.
Right, so there we go. So there's that little piece of the puzzle fit, and then it's the latest measurements place home run hour. I call it the hourglass, a firmly in the top of the largest stars in terms of size known, as well as the largest yellow hypergiant star known. This is due mainly to tidal interactions with its companion. Only 8 yellow is the 8. To me, the 8's only 8 yellow hypergiants have been identified in our Milky Way galaxy. Hourglass is also in a crucial transition phase. It's in a crucial transition phase from a red hypergiant to becoming a luminous blue veritable, perhaps even a Wolf-Rayet type star, and will eventually end its life as a supernova. But that's good. No, that's not the end. That's the beginning, the supernova. That's the pineal gland exploding. Bill Donahue talks about that. It's like because it's shaped like a pine cone, and when fire hits the pine cone, that's when it explodes and it sends out its seeds. You know. So and he talks about that, and that's exactly what it is.
Consciousness exploding.
What's that?
Consciousness exploding.
Yeah.
Consciousness exploding.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. The pineal gland when it's opened. Yeah. Yeah. And this whole alchemical process, this transmutation that each being has the ability to do, and ultimately achieve. You see, this is because
we're all connected. You see.
Right. So within, so above. As you know, as
we
within.
are one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why, like, the as above, you know, is the same.
I like
as
the one
below.
where Kate gives the analogy from the Star Trek films, Next Generation, with the Borg. You could flip the two, couldn't you? You could turn the Borg into the good guys.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The consciousness, the hive.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Black is white, upside down.
Yep, that's how you make the grade. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the kicker now. Now listen to this. Hourglass home run, I call it. Hourglass, smash it out of the park here. Hourglass A is also known as HD, and it goes on 67261 and V, and I'm still messing around with that. V76 and 6, which to me is 13 and 13. You know, Centauri, located at right ascension. Bill Donahue,
right.
right ascension, right. Right. So the right ascension into the right side, located at right ascension, 13 hours.
Wow. It just gets
47.
better and better. Wow.
Yeah, look at that shit. I mean, it was just blowing my mind. Located at right ascension, 13 hours, and there's.
You keep seeing 13 and 13
and
13.
Christ consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 1,300 diameters of the sun are bigger than the sun, and it's
right. 13's everywhere, all over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1,300. Yeah, and it takes 13. What the hell? There was another 13 too. It takes 13, I think, 100 years to rotate or something. It's just 13's all over the place. So located at right ascension, 13 hours, 47, which to me is 11, and declination minus 62 degrees, which is 8, the hourglass, the infinity symbol, which is all over the Coptic key. Minus 62 degrees, 35, 3 and 5 is, here we go, another hour, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and then it culminates, which is it's at its highest point, and that's a big word, and Kate used it. I forget I'm not sure if you were the one, you were talking about, Kate, about the energy of the human being builds, the energy of the human being builds and then is released, and using the Ankh. She got into the Ankh to recapture the energy, then reabsorbs it, and she said when it reaches its culmination, this is the circle of the Anki containing this energy, the pure energy of intent, and that's the energy, what I'm getting at, goes into the womb, and then eventually, because this is the thing, Bill Donahue, he talks about the pineal gland, and once this energy goes up and hits the pineal gland, it's called stria pinealis. Stria pinealis means straight line. There's white fibers that connect and go into the fornix. This is what Bill Donahue discovered. The fornix of the fornix, which is a constellation in the sky. Is that coincidence by chance? I don't know. Don't think so.
Coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fornix is fornax, or fornix is known as the fiery furnace.
Yeah.
Fornication.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
and it's also known as the tomb.
The
tomb, the cave, or perhaps even the sarcophagus, right? That the pyramid builders built, the sarcophagus, is that local within our brain there is a tomb waiting, right? The cave for that alchemical process to take place within us to bring that energy up Jacob's ladder, right? There's 33 vertebrae in the human spine, right? That's what the whole 33-degree Mason.
There's all sorts. The foot is measured by that spinal cord as well, isn't it? The imperial measurements.
The foot is.
There's loads of it.
And it's all within, guys.
But the energy.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear stuff like that connects too. So the foot. So what is it? Explain that.
I think that was the Egyptians, which used, if you look up the originations of the foot.
Right.
Measurement.
That it's connected to the
it's the length of the spinal column, the spinal cord. Sorry.
Really?
I think. Don't quote me on that, anyone.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is
just Google it. Just pick it up.
Google's your friend.
Yeah. Oh, I Google, so I got some. I'm Googled. I'm Googled over Googling. I'm all
Googled.
I got so much Google stuff. Oh.
The goo.
Yeah. You don't want to sit stuck in the goo.
But see, this is where we're at. We're at the precipice, you know what I'm saying, of this culmination because of the things that I hear, and I don't know. That's the thing, is becoming conscious of it, because what's operating here is mainly like the subconscious kind of going into it, and then bringing it into a conscious, into a conscious awareness of it, because like a lot, like all this stuff that's coming out is. Like the lady Kate was saying, that wrote The Matrix.
Yeah, the M, the 13th letter, the magnetic void, when all creation exists within the Christ consciousness.
Wow, say that. Yeah, say that again.
Kate's Phoenician Start Kit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
M, the 13th letter, the magnetic void, where all creation exists within the Christ consciousness. Or
and
Christ.
I got another secret.
Love.
We'll let him finish that, because she has that in her essays. That's important.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
And just another tidbit of information. You got, we're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn, the L, right? The L. You guys know L? So you got the M, Lemuria. We're finding those breadcrumbs from Atlantis, maybe.
Yeah.
Lemuria, Merkaba, sense. I don't know. DNA.
Yeah, the lost consonants.
Lemuria.
Yeah.
See, that's the lost consonants. Yeah. See, once we establish this language, and this vibration of our voice, in doing this, right, it will rise. See, that's what it is. It's the continents were lost because the voice was lost. And I don't know, maybe
by
that's
the
just what we
suppression
do,
of
right?
Christianity. Well, because we fell into the carnal nature, right? We went into Saturnalian.
Yeah. Those are just allegories for the right and the left, right? Atlantis is the left and Lemuria is the right.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the way I was understanding it.
Yes, she's right. Yeah, the M, the 13. See, that's why I've taken the whole alphabet and I got it written out with the numbers over top of it because, yeah, this is the thing is that Atlantis was. That's why you got people out there looking at history and it was never in a sense truly lost because these parallel worlds that are operating together is that it's literally going to rise up out of the ashes, and the ones that are pulled into that energy and see it will see this stuff manifest like you saw. These astronomers are seeing this because it's like, wow, where'd that come from? All of a sudden, we're going to wake up one day and someone's going to have a big-ass pyramid out in the back of their fucking yard. Where'd that come from? You know, is that in the twinkling of an eye? You know, and that's why this acceleration is happening. You know, right now, that's why these things are being seen. And there may be those that trying to cover stuff up. I don't know. It doesn't matter because you're not going to stop the voice of creation. It's just not going to happen. You know, so throw your white flag up or be sent to another parallel place. But that's interesting. The 13th. I got to look that up. What's the name of that thing on Kate's website?
Venetian starter kit.
It's the starter kit. Okay. Is all right. Wow.
Check it out. Yeah.
And she
said
that's
amazing. All those writings on there are like crystal tablets of thought. They're just immaculate and they're just pure. You can change. That's what's changing the whole world right now is just the presence of those
you are.
where we can. We all are, and just knowing that the Venetian code is broken, so we have the key. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Words just can't even describe
that's very understood.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game, Mark.
Bravo.
Yeah, for sure.
So what it is we're going to end up into the place where we're seeing all this and probably seeing, be able to like kick back and watch.
Connecting with nature. Connecting with nature, Gaia, Sophia. Getting back to simple things. I mean,
what's
simple.
Real, yeah.
The
simple
messengers, right? The messengers. Well, I mean, Gemini, Mercury 8. The astronauts, man. The astronauts are within. We're probably the astronauts.
Right.
Yeah.
We've always been. We've always been the astronauts at the core of our being. They're just, they're just being revealed in our own literal language, but beyond here. That's their final, being digital or whatever. That's their final goal. Yeah, we're just reading Venetia. What's beyond there?
Yeah.
I guess. Symbolism, mythology, I don't know. It's been revealed many nothingness, nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the way I think of it right now is like I think our position, like this is just a fractal self that's probably done this, who knows, countless times, but it's I think of myself as a fractal illusion, it's I'm a shadow of the real self, like it can't get any better than that, and then all of a sudden that fractal self we rise into that highest state, and in order to truly, is being benevolent, completely, truly, purely crystallining that consciousness. That's why it's staying within that, and
I like the way
you
the
are
Egyptians
that. You just have to be aware of it. Yeah.
The Egyptians have that image of the soul being weighed against a feather.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Light as a feather. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's true. Yeah, I like that.
And it's under our nose, guys. It's under our nose, like like the Sphinx. It's under our nose.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, that Kate shared that the nose has light receptors in it.
Yeah. Well, what's under our nose?
And then
our mouth.
how does it link with the pineal gland?
Yeah.
You've got to think. How.
Well, think of how comical we are. You hear that? That's the reflection of our voice. It's falling. It's under. It's like it's under our nose. Yeah. That's our toroidal field. Our mouth. Our voice. Our energy.
2 times them is a rainbow bridge.
It's with.
It's hilarious. This is really funny.
Oh, it's friggin' hilarious. Absolutely. And you're right, and that's the thing is that Coptic key. I don't know. I got to see because I think they got in the Bible that because that Coptic key, I'm really zeroing in, focusing on that, and
we're getting very deep in the water. Just saying.
Because I think it's that wheel inside of a wheel inside of the thing Ezekiel. They talk about Ezekiel. It's a wheel inside of a wheel inside of a wheel inside of a wheel. Isn't it? Is it? Do you guys know that? 'Cause I'm not positive.
What you're saying to me, I'm just thinking like hologram.
Is it 4 wheels? Yeah, basically.
Holographic.
Yeah. And I think that the parallel worlds exist within the complete construction of it. It's like because it's our voice, our mind, our consciousness that constructs it. Builds it. And
it's amazing, isn't it? If you have to, you can stand back and think that this Gaia Sapphire is flying through the space at what speed?
Oh it is.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Want to journey back a couple centuries before? What were you saying, Mark?
Just thinking
that kind of justifies
it, the bigger picture.
The pistol star road, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, that's what I do when I want to get a better perspective. Think about where you're at, just floating through space and on a planet, just flying through space. So it's like, wow, what do you have to be afraid of anyway?
A beautiful planet that it is. Wow.
Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is this energy and stuff, right? I mean, it's
well, thanks for being
is that you really got to be at that 0 point to truly be able to to control it, and it's and once you're there, the real magic. That's when the real magic begins. And but yeah, so does anybody know how many wheels were inside of that wheel? Because I think it's an 8-spoked wheel, right?
Sorry, what's this on?
The Ezekiel. They talk about, and you got the UFOologist there running around saying, he was abducted, or they. I think Ezekiel was one of the guys that was they think was abducted by aliens or something. But it's a wheel inside of a wheel, and I'm pretty sure it's an 8-spoked wheel. And 8, it's just by coincidence that the Coptic key is it's got 8 points, right? The cross and the X. And I matched up the X to the 8 to the hour. That's why when I see things and hear things that, like the Weather Channel, the 8 to the hour. Why'd they pick 8? They could have picked 5. They could have picked 2. 3 minutes to the hour. But it's always the 8th of the hour. That's why this hourglass, this hour class. See, this is our class. Our class is it's definitely an energy that we're connecting to this realization, you know. And that's yeah. See, I'm like, you know, when anybody gets like a download, when you start seeing things, you know, with you, and like that's why I'm putting things in order. I still got shit everywhere, but it's like putting it in order. But that's the thing. I think that wheel inside of a wheel inside of a wheel inside of a wheel, and I'm curious how many wheels were inside of that wheel. But I know it's an 8-spoked wheel. I'm pretty sure. Can anybody confirm that?
No, I can't. Sorry.
No?
No.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's but that's the thing that's talked about in the Bible. You know, is that 8-spoked wheel, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't read the Bibles. I think I've only read one book from beginning to end. I get bored too quick. But yeah, pretty sure that's what that is. But yeah, so
it's also on. Isn't it on Bill Donahue's website? Hidden Meetings. There's a whole page, and it has Ezekiel and the hand that wasn't attached to an arm writes on the wall.
Really?
Yeah. Go to Hidden Meanings.
See, I got to write that with a hand. See, that's what's funny. That's why this is what's crazy. That's why I was saying last night, my birth certificate, you got 2 women behind a shield.
Oh, yeah,
shaking
that was going with it, yeah.
Yeah, and the arms are detached from, I'm looking right at it, and they're like clouds around, and they're just 2 hands shaking.
Yeah. That's on that website, on Bill Donahue's Hidden Meanings.
Yeah. And it's above the crown. See, there's a crown, like, you know, the crown that everybody talks about, but the handshake is going on above the crown, you know. So that's what it is, I think. And what I see, this is what I see now. I don't know, you know, I see that because it adds up, all the add and stuff that's connecting is the alphabet. When they talk about the Masons, the Freemasons, they were master builders, yeah, the stone or whatnot, you know. What it is that we're hidden. That's why the 33-degree Masons didn't build physical things, even if you do, right? What it is we built a language. That's what was built. That's why I'm starting to see how perfect this friggin' alphabet is, you know. It's and it adds up. It connects. There's no coincidences, you know. All the stuff that I've been adding, but that's that. Now, Bill Donahue, and that's about Ezekiel too. The hidden hand.
Yeah. Yep.
No
it
way.
gives you the chapter and the verse.
The hidden hand. All right, and it says Ezekiel. Wow.
Talking about writing on the wall, it's about the Coptic key. There's a whole bunch of information on that Coptic key. Yeah,
really?
You'll love it. Yeah.
Writing on the wall, yeah.
Thank you,
That's
Janet.
funny.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad I could share that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I'm yeah, we're picking up the breadcrumbs, and that's it, absolutely. We're throwing them out there, throwing gold nuggets out there, and yeah, that's absolutely blows my mind away when hearing that, because I'm looking at the birth certificate. You got 2 ladies with 2 shields. I forget what you call them, and then there's a 4-cornered big shield, and yeah, they're shaking hands. You can't see their hand shaking, but their arms are detached in their hands, and it's over the crown. There's a crown over the shield, and their handshaking's over the crown. And I'm like, wow. So yeah, I got there's a coup. There's a coup going on. Coup-de-yat.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Cool.
I'm cool. You're a who?
Cool.
I'm cool. I'm what I get a kick out of when cops say, freeze, right? They tell you to freeze. It's like, sir, I can't, because if I do, my blood will coagulate and my body will stop. I'll die. Then they say, well, I didn't mean literally freeze. I'm like, oh, so I'm free to go?
There you go.
Yeah.
The pirates and the parrot. You're funny.
Yeah. Paulie, want a cracker? I want a cracker now.
That'd be a good cartoon that someone could make, you know, to play it out. It's funny.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy, man. I think I'm living in friggin' I'm living in which Central here, my town, because like when I got my hair cut, they said there were white owls out, which I guess is a good omen, a good sign, right? White owl everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I didn't see any owls.
Oh,
I hear them.
wow.
I hear a couple of them out there hooting. And yeah, so it's like I can feel it.
They're
I can
beautiful.
feel this energy.
I've got some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White ones.
So I drove down. I'd like to see a white owl. I've never seen a white owl.
You don't hear them. You just don't hear them. They just like over you. You just don't hear anything. You if you can catch them sometimes, you look up and you just...
Yeah, and
you
they
don't hear
fly by,
anything.
but you're right, Mark. They're so quiet, but that's right. They're beautiful.
Beautiful birds.
Kind of like a bat. You know, when they fly around you, you can't hear them, but they're so... It's really amazing, yeah. Cool creation. Cool creation, guys.
Nature, beautiful.
Yeah, I know, huh? Like, wow. See, these things have been trying to get our attention. They're like, all saying, who are you? Who? Who are you?
That's
I'm the witness.
I got them here as well.
Me to know and you to find out.
Hey?
Oh, it's funny. But, yeah.
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
What? About what?
I missed you.
Oh. Well, we're talking about owls. Who? Oh, yeah. Who are you? The owls want to know who I am.
The wise ones.
The wise one.
Yeah,
there you go.
The wise one. Yeah, who are you? Yeah. But
the ones
that's
that
the thing
can
is,
see in the dark.
Yeah. It's just I think it's
There's a little owl on the $1 bill, isn't there? In the corner on the right hand side.
Yeah, that little teeny tiny one. Yeah.
Yeah, a little teeny tiny one. That's right.
Is there? Yeah. See, that's why I start to think like sometimes like people. That's why like and I don't know if he's on the line there, but I got that movie and he said he was the one who's talking. He lives in Pleasantville. And I think that was a Superman movie, wasn't that? The old, because I stopped watching. It's like certain things I look at because I know there's something there, and I think that's the name of it. When Superman, you know, that series they had way back when, it was called Pleasantville. But he said that when I understand my enemy well enough to defeat him, then in that moment I also love him. And it was A.E. Wiggins. That wrote that, and that's when I got the movie. That movie, I think it's what the heck was the name of that? Ender's Game. Yeah, Ender's Game. You know, so but hey, transmute the G into a K. The Enders came. We're the enders of this. We came to put an end to a new beginning, right?
Yeah. Never-ending story.
Yeah. And a Wiccan, what's a Wiccan? A Wiccan's a witch, right? Hopefully a white witch.
Wicca.
Wicca, yeah. Well, my name's Wiggins, right? So you transmute the G into a K, my last name. Yeah, literally. Isn't that a wake-up call? Wiggins, so you change the G to a K, that's Wiccans. So
funny old yellow brick road, hey?
Yeah. But see, that's the thing is, I know all of us that are listening in and talking is that these pieces, it can be uncomfortable. Maybe I don't know. You know, I can feel the energy, and it's like and making these connections. It's
listening to your heart, not thinking.
Because we're all the same. We're all fractal selves, and we're moving to another place of consciousness,
Yeah, game over.
I don't know, man. I don't think this game is. Well, see, this is the kicker. Is kind of like like I was thinking, like when I was a kid, right? People want to. What do you want to be when you grow up, right? God. Really? Well, how does that work? Right. So, what's his retirement plan?
Sorry, who did you have this conversation with?
Yeah. When's he retire? When's that happen?
What's his retirement plan?
Never. Right. So we go to Never Land, We're Never Land. Peter Pan, he's just playing around with Captain Hook, him and his parrot, right? The pirate and the parrot. So Peter Pan, I gotta watch Peter Pan.
You can't make this shit up, can you? You gotta laugh.
You can't. You can't. Isn't it awesome?
Go on, say it.
Yeah, it's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah. So that was cool there. That's why, because like when you understand, I like that saying, and it was pretty cool because he was when I understand my enemy well enough to defeat him, then in that moment I also love him, because you realize, it's
inner standing.
Yeah.
Inner standing.
Mm-hmm.
Aye. Inner.
And so
standing, sitting on that rim of the coin.
Yeah.
Neutral zone.
And exactly. And like Kate says, me. So it's in you, So there are no enemies.
Mm.
Yeah.
Allies are all lies, all lies. So that's what you were saying, Mark, about flipping everything upside down. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Enemies in me. Wow. Enemy. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
I know. That's what it was for me. It was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Another beautiful moment.
Living room smashing a symbol all day, that would probably annoy you. And that's exactly what your eyes and ears are getting inundated with all the little symbols. Don't stare at them. Understand what they're there for. They're there to control you. Things like stop signs. I run all stop signs. I tell the stop sign what to do. I'll go if it's clear, and I'll stop if it isn't. See, that's another control mechanism. And have a look at your code books. Look how thick they are. It's been long said that the more laws a nation has, the more corrupt it is. And with 70 million laws on the books, that might tell you a little bit about the master that you choose to. Okay, you can kill that. Something muted me out. I don't know what did.
Hush now softly, can't you hear? Mockingbird, she must be near. She sings her song, the bio-lullaby. Misty morning, lazy sun, broken only by the river run, Mississippi River.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay? Hands up in the room. Okay, where are we? Yep. There, let me see. I got Bendy there. Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, there we go, Janet. Okay, sounds like you can hear me now. Yeah, it was weird. I was nowhere near the computer, and it muted out all by itself. Isn't that funny? But that's just a lateral time slide. So, am I getting the point made here?
Yeah. All for one for all. Yep.
Yeah. Good. Interesting experience last night. You know, maybe these free men on the land, sovereign citizens that are waving around pieces of paper, might actually figure it out. Yeah. That all you got to say is your name. And you're owned lock, stock, and barrel because you still don't know who you are. I'm me, Magnetic Electric. You can call me whatever you want. I'll answer, yo, bitch. Hey, you. Kate. Idiot. I'll answer to all of them. Doesn't matter. So what is my name? Well, I don't have one. I am me. And I have all names at the same time. You can. That's the whole idea of what the name of God is, all unknowable. And I say that in the reversed hex of the G and the reversed mirror of the D. You know, religion has taught you well. Religion has bound you into such fairy tales of nonsense and pure utter shite. They teach you that somehow a guy can live in a fish for 3 days, jump out in the pinstripe, and become a real estate salesman or something. They teach you that some guy built a boat to put every species of animal on it and float around for 40 days. You bought it. They taught you that some guy got crucified. Physically, literally, but they didn't tell you why. They didn't tell you the real story, the greatest story ever told. And I'll tell you what the greatest story ever told is the one that you're telling yourself. Because that is you. We're all walking that road, and I got my literal crucifixion, Salvador Dali style, through the watery veil of the ceiling as I lifted through it to see the other side. Went for a nice little walk. Met some really, really cool people. Had some awesome conversations. And let me assure you, the game is over. Because I'll tell you, when the first thing you hear as you pass through that veil and you're sliding down this watery slide into this room and you're hearing this beautiful voice, it had to be some gorgeous black women singing. It had to be. It was just too beautiful. You could hear this, rejoice, you are chosen. It was like a game show. It was funny as hell. Cosmic as all get out.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked door number 1. And then I went for the tour from there. I went through the cornucopias and all of this amazing magic. It was a magical mystery tour of a level I can't even begin to explain. And I tell you, when I woke up, I woke up with a start going, what am I doing here?
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm back.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know I was.
Tiffany this morning.
Yeah, you know, it's really neat. I think I was sleeping for about 2 hours, and I had a couple of profounders during the night as well. I can't later, but I know time is short. I know that. This is the Ides of March. It's not a coincidence that I went through this crucifixion today. This beautiful lifting up and letting go. And it's taken me all day to overcome the emotions that I experienced during that. The letting go. Can I let go of all the things that were done? Yeah. Can I let go of all the people I love, my children, Sue, everybody? Can I do that? And I said this time I'm ready. I can do this because I know the greater picture is there. And no sooner did I say that I went through this water ceiling. I can't even describe it. All I will say that it is the arachnoid traveling through the mirror, because it was a mirror, water mirror, and passed through it to the Rhea mater, not the Pia mater, the Rhea. And what is Rhea? The mother goddess, all creation. And I got to tell you, the Christopher Lloyd character guy, he was beautiful. They all were, but this guy just rocked the boat. He short gray hair, and his voice was very matter of fact, but it had such a bubbly, almost giggly sense to it when he was talking. His right eye was crystalline black with, I can't even describe, flickering golden, just beautiful. And his other eye was like a normal eye, but it was, and they're both like normal eyes, but they just had these qualities to them. And the other one was like rainbows and sparkle, and you could see that razzle dazzle is his right ear. He had a normal left ear, and his right ear was like this little red hand coming out of the side of his head, and it was, as he was talking, it was moving in like hand gestures. This guy was just amazing, and like I said, very matter of fact, said, "Okay, come on, we got to take you on the tour here." I said, and then talking to O.W. Grant, met up with him, I guess about an hour later, and was asked a lot of different things, different situations, and of course I said, well, I don't have anywhere to live right now, and he said, oh no, don't worry, we got that taken care of, and then I'd said about Sue, and I said, no, we've been following her around, and it's all good, and yeah, that was a kind of a difficult situation to work, but we got it to work, and everything's this, that, and the other, so. Children, everything else, whatever. It just left such an incredible sense of I'm there. Mm. And given the last night's little what do you want to call that? I have no words for it. It was just beyond repeat cycle. It's like, but really, like a lot of people, and this goes back to when Santo, when Santo Bonacci got grabbed that day, and a lot of people went automatically into fist fight mode. We gotta get Santo out, and it's like, guys, who better to handle that role than someone like Santo Bonacci? So I look at the good side of everything, and last night was an international event.
Yeah, you were totally prepared.
It was an international event with good outcome. And there will be others, and I'm sure there were many, that might have thought, oh, well, Kate might get arrested, and, and that'll be bad. And see, I don't put anything on it. I just say, what do I need, baby? You put me where I need to be, universe, to create the most collateral damage of this fucking nightmare called this reality. And I'm here to serve.
Yeah.
That's it. End of story.
Mm.
Oh, we got...
Hear what?
Hey, who we got?
It's the Shan Man.
Hey, Shan Man.
Hey, listen.
Oh. I heard the hey, listen.
Yeah.
We're listening. Oh, he just dropped off. All right, now, and I got Rebecca here. Let me bring Rebecca in for a sec. There we go. Rebecca, you there?
Rebecca, are you there, love? Nope, no Rebecca.
Nope. Okay, well, just...
Something with the line tonight.
Yeah, it's okay. Just in case there's any background noise, whatever. If someone's not at the phone, I'll mute it back out just for that. No other reason. Waiting for Shaman to come back. Typically we have, based on past numbers, well over 1 million people listening every single night. And I know the word's getting out. So what I would ask you guys to do, and Giuseppe, maybe double check the March 14th, 2014 release, because apparently it's an older one that's going out with me, Santo, Tony, and I think it was the one with Kevin and Ed as well, and that's like a year and a half ago, or a year ago, I guess. Yeah, it'd be a year ago that one was done. So the show from last night is actually going around as that one, and that's probably the last one I wanted to go around because that was so yesterday, so not now. But I want to get some feedback from you guys tonight as far as you guys were listening live. You were on the line with me, and we walked through this one together. I just want to get maybe some of your feelings on it as it was unfolding, and knowing full well what the outcome was going to be. Well, I guess I did anyways, because it was pointless. Because there I am with everything in my whole universe in one little place, and I know the universe would never allow that. Already been there. I don't need to experience it again. I've already had everything in my universe stripped away. When the Guelph police, you might want to, this OPP guys, you might want to talk to the Guelph crew. They weren't very happy about me exposing all their corruption either. Neither was the city of Guelph and Guelph Mercury and all the court systems and all the banking systems in the world. They were definitely not happy about that. So you might want to look at perhaps what are the plates. It's an awful lot of truck for a couple of pieces of metal. But let me show you the service that I'm providing for you, because I'm not one of those idiot free men on the land or sovereign citizen types, you see, the gimme fighters. Because I know your whole legal system is fraud. It's pointless and designed to control, maim, destroy, and steal. And the evidence of a tow truck showing up is absolute proof of that. That's all you're interested in doing, is stealing. And when you do that, you're actually creating more harm against yourself and your soul. And you might think it's just doing your job, but I'll tell you exactly what it is, if you're willing to hear it. And if not, well, that's your choice. And I'm all about free will choice. And I will give choice all the time, without question, without reserve. My free will choice is to do no harm and help humanity as best I can in my little role here to awaken. That includes all. I have no enemies. You want to be an enemy of me, that's your call, not mine. It's not my choice. So keep that in mind. What I'm doing in terms of a service is not freaking out all the everyday people that would interfere with your ability to rape and pillage. That's your job. That's what you do. And I'm not going to interfere with that. That's your game. It's not mine. I chose another road. I chose one of freedom for all. And if that's not cool with you, that's not cool with you. But I wish you no harm. That's the irony of this whole walk that I've been taking. So that being said, many other things too. The simple truth is, you cannot do a thing. And you know this. This is why it was drilled into you so much at Police Academy. You cannot do anything until you can create some sort of fictional joinder with a fictional legal system. That's why you were told to stand down, because without that, you don't have anything. But I'll tell you, I play at a slightly different level, because your masters know the level I'm playing at, and it's certainly not in the physical paper world, the illusional, fictional, somehow a piece of paper can talk. Well, it certainly can if you agree to it, and that you'll buy into the symbols and the shapes that are contained on that page, blindly as indoctrinated through the grammar schooling systems. That's the nature of this game. They will have you convinced that a word can only be pronounced this way, and it only means this. And the truth is, there are many sounds contained within every word. And I can turn any word you've got backwards upon itself. That's what it means to be Phoenician. Phoenician is of the purple people. You guys are still fighting in the conflict of the red and the blue. Back and forth, you might see it represented on the tops of your police cars. That means you have conflict. What color do you get when you finally get rid of that conflict? You put the red and the blue together and you get purple. And that's where I live. So just a little word to the wise on that. You can play whatever game you feel you want to, but it's a fool's errand. I'm in this game for humanity to the death. What are you willing to put on the table? You're selling enough of your soul, so that's entirely up to you. What are you willing to do to make sure that your family and friends have a future worth living, instead of serving those that are trying to control humanity and the mind of humanity? Not my game. I also thought it was rather interesting this morning when I went back to grab a morning coffee, and of course, same unmarked car, same two guys. Pulled into the parking lot behind me again while I was working on an essay. Of course, I shake my head and go, when are these guys going to learn? When are they going to figure it out? And of course, one had to get out and go in to ask what the young lady working in there to try to get some form of legal id on me. You will never get that. All spiritual contracts with any individual on this planet are fully broken. And while that might sound like a little bit of hocus pocus to you, it's because you don't understand the game you're playing. You're still stuck at a very, very low entry level. And that's not a judgment, that's an observation, because I was there once myself. And I don't know about you. But if I was at one point and never learned and kept going circular, that wouldn't make me very bright now, would it? So it's time to lighten up a little bit here. Because I know in the 2 to 3 minutes that whatever individual that was that went in there came out fruitless based on the look on his face as they both drove away again. And you can turn on your flashy red lights behind me. I'll tell you something. It's not about following orders with me. It's about, somebody has an emergency. And I don't care who's behind me, whether they're flashing their headlights or whatever. I'm always courteous. Someone's obviously in a bigger hurry than me, because I just coast. I'm not in any hurry at all. I'll get to where I need to be exactly when I need to be there, and it's always a guarantee to get exactly where I need to be. I just simply accept that. So you can play whatever games you want. You're not going to win it, because you're playing in a physical meat-stick paradigm that you were fully unaware of. You were caught in Kansas. And this is Oz. You're walking around thinking things are just what they are, and they're not. They're certainly not even remotely close to what you think they are. It's my wish to open as many ears to see this, and as many eyes to hear it as I possibly can. I don't know about you, but if someone was sitting around in your living room...
You're listening to Kate of Gaia on Critical Mass Radio. The game is up. Now, it's our turn.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Outside the Box. Yours truly, Kate of Gaia, and you know the routine, right? Anyway, what interesting last 24 hours. It's gone. We're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm not talking about what happened last night. That was just. Hey, listen, guys. And I'll do a nice little hello to the Ontario Provincial Police. That guys, I'm telling you, you were not going to get a legal identification out of me. You see, because I understand the spiritual nature of things. You don't. Okay, your masters haven't told you this. And that's probably why you were scratching your head wondering why you were ordered to stand down and take off and leave me the fuck alone. Because that's how it works in the real world, not the fictional one you live in. Okay, and I'm doing my best to educate all. That includes you. Because you are killing your own soul. If that is your wish, then that which you wish upon others, you wish upon yourself. That's not what I'd be wishing for. You've got a lot of truth there. You got a lot of scratching your heads. I know. I saw the puzzled looks. I can only imagine what was being talked about, but I already know, so I don't need to imagine. It's a standard protocol, standard issue stuff. That's what happens with predictability. The minute you become predictable, you become controllable. The minute you become controllable, you become a slave, right? So it is my wish for you to see this, to realize the harm that you are not only doing to yourselves spiritually at a very, very deep level, but the harm you're doing to your own families, your children, all of your loved ones, your neighbors. And for what? Little treats because you can go out and chase cars down? Because you can go up and ask someone for identify. Well, I'll tell you what identify means. Id. You might be familiar with Freud's work. You might pronounce it Freud. I call it what it is. The id and the ego is the psychological aspects, the ego being the emotions, the id being the body. And everything in this world is dead. I don't know about you, but the last time I was at a funeral, the body that was in the casket didn't seem to have much life in it, and that's because life had left it. That's why I live in me. I'm all names, all things. And not one bit of it's going to be a lie of the gull, okay? I don't swallow. Gull means to, like gullet, you'll swallow anything. And lie, You might pronounce it Lee. I can pronounce it any way I want because I speak fluent Phoenician. And that's not a word at any court. The ones that work for you. It doesn't work the other way around. That's the illusion. The courts work for the police, not the other way around. All right. There's a handful of people in both parties, courts and cops, that make sure that all of you beautiful beings that are out just thinking you're doing your job are literally damning your souls and spirits into another round of this until you figure it out for yourself. That would not be my wish for you. My wish for you would to see the true bliss that you can have. That being said, it was rather interesting. For anyone that would be interested, grab the snippet of the little interaction last night from the show. If anybody has any doubts as to how powerful the identification of anybody is, if you do not know who you are game. That's the G hex aim. And the sights will be squared on your forehead the minute that not only hand over any ID, but offer up a name that can be assumed to be identification. I give no one anything. Give, hex, there's the G. I have, the hex I have. That's what happens when you give your name. It's the hex you have that you're handing over to be hexed with. It all shows up in the Phoenician. And I would advise you guys to spend a little time on kateofgaia.wordpress.com website. Do a little reading. I've spent a lot of time. This truth has only cost me everything. And last night, that was the same routine over and over again. I'm bored. It's a boring game. It's very simple. If you want to see it for yourself, I'm sure you're probably familiar with a Highway Traffic Act. That's what an axe, all the acts are about, to cut you to pieces. Yeah, you might spell it ACTS, but it certainly sounds like something you would chop a turkey's head off with. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with acts. And only acts. Check up 33.1, 33.2, and 33.3 of your fictional code. And you will see that on the third part, all that is required is for someone to give you a name. And that you will never get from me. And as far as the dead plates that are on it, well, take the P out and put the proper R sound in, because P is a mirror of the Greek letter rho, which means spirit breath or intent, and plates becomes relates. That's why it's expired. It's a dead relative, and besides, they're not even mine anyway. The car was given to me. And in kind, I handed back the necessary VINs, because that's the only thing the Crown owns, which I thought was rather humorous to send out a tow truck. The only thing you can tow... Someone who was actually standing in the truth, standing in the right, would get attacked by those claiming to be just the same thing, which is, as far as I'm concerned, fucking retarded. Does that fit? That works. Really, really slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not very quick thinking. That's someone that's running on a program. There are many toys that you can get in the store that will run on those, so please stop being that. But anyway, I just want to get a little feedback from you guys and your feelings on it.
Well, I just felt like it was just for everyone, that you were just doing this for everyone that tunes in, or that in the future or past or whatever, in the right now, that so that they could see what happens when you are totally standing in the truth and you totally know who you are. And that was so beautiful, and that's all I felt. I thought my heart was going to start pounding like crazy and stuff, but I felt totally calm. But I think I was just tuning into you, and I just knew that you had it, and it was like, no big deal.
It wasn't a big deal. Kept the show going, and Colleen mentioned it last night. Yeah, there's always that initial, whatever, moment. But again, I've had enough of those. I know what it is, and I just put it in the box off to the side and just carry on doing what I'm doing. And that's where you get to the center and you say, neutral. I don't have any expectations here. I only I'm going to experience what I'm going to experience as it is meant to be experienced, and that is the Christ consciousness. That is the accepting of all things for all reasons, because that's the cabbie taking me home. So I know that. So the spirit of the Christ consciousness will take me home. I'm not about to divert my cab. Thank you. I don't need to give my cab driver directions. Doing just fine. Doing just fine.
Yeah. Beautiful. I felt for me just like a beautiful gift you were giving to everyone, myself, everyone listening, is just to show this is what you do. And so no worries, just stand in the truth and all in and let's go. Awesome.
No one gets to the Father but through me. And you know what that means.
Yeah.
No one gets to the heart of the creation of spirit breath but through magnetic electric. And if you're not playing at that level of the game, I don't know, don't be bringing your marbles to a bowling ball game, you know? You're not going to knock many pins down with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, is my line open?
Hey, is your line open? Sure it is.
Oh. All right, yeah, I hit one. I'm looking at a map. Hey, bowling pin. We'll get into this later on. I looked into the that star, you know, home run hour, the hour.
Yeah.
Star that you guys discovered that you and Janet were talking about.
Yes.
And the date you discovered that too. You know, I looked at the dates too, and I got to match them up. I got 455 out of there, but I'm still on that 4555. I'm all over the place, Kay. You know that.
Let's see that you're following your heart though. You're following that which you resonate with, and that's exactly what you need to do to connect these threads, and then connect them to something else, and then something else. And hopefully I've shared enough information to show you how to connect it to the zodiac, to how to connect it to the Bible, to how to connect it to math, to music, all of it.
Yeah.
Using whatever makes your heart sing. That's the game. Find what makes your heart sing, and you will never steer wrong, you know?
Well, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm leaving no stone unturned, you know, and but it'll I guess later on we'll get into it once we get into a rhythm here, and I'll read out because it's just unfriggin' believable. But anyways, that star has a binary star that's literally connected to it. They got a picture of it, or they drew it. There's a smaller star, and it looks like a bowling pin. That's why when you said don't bring marbles to a bowling game, I thought that was funny. It is literally shaped like a friggin' bowling pin. There's two stars literally attached.
And I didn't know that. So, but
I
now I'm aware.
Yeah.
Right? You know it, and you made me aware of it. That's what we're playing here. The game of what you know, I can make you aware of, and what I know, you can make me aware of. So that's how we bounce this back and forth to create the aha moments to add on to your Jacob's ladder.
Right.
So you're building your ladder out, right? This is your bridge. Yeah. Remember the last Mimsy?
No.
At the end.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, the last Mimsy.
360 degrees visual.
Yeah, it's at the very end. The little boy, the little girl creates the field, the creation field. Yeah, real coincidence, right? And the little boy, what he did was he was the one to build the bridge across the universe. And that's what you're doing here. You're taking your unity of the masculine and feminine becoming one, and you're building the aha moments. That's your universe bridge. And the only way you're going to find that is in the searching of truth. And for those caught in the programs going circular, you will never find it because you're caught in the dramas, the Marshes. You're still looking outside of yourself to an enemy. I mean, I got to tell you, there's a lot of people in that situation last night, without knowing what I know, that would have created quite a nightmare for themselves. They would have been trying to claim constitutional rights or whatever the case may be. For me, it was very, it's retarded. It is. Now you see the level of the trap that everyone's in.